He said, hey, look. He said, hey, look. He said, hey.
All right.
Those gays would come back once more. Want some penis deep in my throat.
Hey, everybody.
Because I suck his balls. His balls. Ooh. That's such a good fucking song. I don't even like making a parody of it because that song goes fucking crazy.
I mean, everything he makes goes, but that song particularly goes hard as fuck.
Goes crazy.
The fucking, when the brass comes in too, I'm just like, God damn, that shit. Do you think he's like actually a sorceress or something, and he gave his eyesight to become like one of the best,
like objectively almost a perfect musician?
Yeah.
I don't know, but like he doesn't have any bad songs. Even like young him.
I think it tracks. I think
hit after hit after hit.
We're talking about Harry
the original
Styles.
John Cena. You can't see me. I can't see you.
All right. Well, welcome to the Snark Tank Podcast.
I can't see you, man.
Welcome to the Snark Tank Podcast. It is a special day. Sweeney is old now. It is Sweeney's birthday at the time that we are recording this. I'm pretty sure, right? It's today. Today, actually.
Yeah, I'm finally Thursday.
Are you 69?
Years old.
Congrats, bro. You made it.
That's crazy. He ate, you imagine?
I'm just low-key been older than Derek the whole time.
Yeah.
I've been decades older than Derek the whole time.
By the way.
Like, yeah, I'm 70. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
People are aging.
I look great for a 70-year-old.
People are aging better. You know what's crazy? I saw this. I saw on my For You page on Instagram, because it's just a bunch of it's just a lot of comedy now, which is nice. Before it was like really annoying, but Jerry Seinfeld's going around on this like press tour for that Pop-Tarts movie, which looks like I don't really want to see that movie.
Wait, what?
But I've never. What? Yeah. Hold on. Don't skip past
that. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry. We'll get into
more
it.
Information.
We will get into it, but let me finish the thought.
Okay.
He's 70 years old, and it's insane to me because he looks really fucking good for 70, and he was old. He was old to me when I was a kid. You know what I mean? Not like an elderly person, but that was like an old guy. Like as a 7-year-old, he's like 30, like late, like 40, like early 40s or whatever. And I'm like, oh, weird. And then he had old people on his show. He had his parent. Well, I might be wrong. Even like mid 30s, early 40s. But like to me, I'm like, yo, that's fucking. Because he had people on his show who were like old, and they were like 70 or something like that, or even probably younger, perhaps. And they looked so much worse. And we talk about this every now and again. We talk about like how like generations will improve continuously, like about how they age. But like I thought that would maybe start with like us. I didn't think it would start with like him or like that generation. That doesn't make sense to me. But
I mean I just think he's one of the. He's a diamond in the rough. When do you think he's
also extremely rich?
That is true.
But there's also a lot of.
He's also comedically rich.
He's very rich, but then I think about like there's a lot of actors that when you look at them, they look great in film, and then outside of it, you're like, okay, like you're human, and they just look like a bag of pus, dude. They look bad.
Yeah, like you know who's the same for a long time?
Huh?
Nicole Kidman. She's been that way since I was like 4.
Since you were 4?
I was like, you look just exactly the same. She's been probably a little bit over 30 since I was 4 years old. And I'm like, all right, well, they're keeping you nipped and tucked clearly because Jesus Christ.
You know who, the first time I recognized how fake movies were as far as people's appearance was looking at John Travolta. I once saw John Travolta at an award show. I don't remember which one it was when I was young. And this was probably like early 2000s where he did like Swordfish or whatever he's still doing stuff, Face Off or whatever early shit. He's still active. And at the award show, he was melting. Like I was like, oh, he's an old man. Yeah, obviously he was active in the fucking 70s. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Because he still looked good in the movies. And he looks so bad just in regular life. I was like, oh, okay.
You know,
we're all old, bro.
We're all getting old.
Travolta's very old.
Bro, I went to 7-Eleven the other day, just the other fucking day, and there's this black dude that works there, infinitely darker than you, Kingston.
That's crazy.
Big, nice little chin, crazy. Like strap beard thing, and he's cool. And we started talking about, like, I don't remember why, but the 2008 came up for whatever reason. I don't know why, but he was like, "That was a good year." I was like, "Yeah," and he was like, I forget why.
I wish I remember bad
the
year. Wasn't that like a famously terrible year for mostly everybody?
So,
like, what?
It was, and it didn't make sense until he followed up with the year I graduated, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's why he had good memories of 2008 because he graduated, he finished high school." And then I told him, I was like, "Oh, I graduated 2006. And he looked at me like I was insane because he's like, "How are you older than me?" Because this guy looks his age. He looks like he's like 34 or something. And I'm yeah, I know I look like a fucking infant. And then we started chatting about just, the bar scene and all this shit where I couldn't get, it was hard to get women at a bar because I looked like I had no business being in there. Like, oh, this guy clearly snuck in.
Yeah.
You gotta go there with a gun. You gotta go there with a gun, put a gun on the table, be like, "What's good?"
That's exactly my experience. Where it was just like, I'm not even gonna try because I look like I look like I'm skipping study hall to be here. I can't possibly approach somebody that I don't already know who knows how old I am. Like, it's the only chance that I've got.
I could not imagine going to a bar picking up a girl even because I feel like bars suck. And I feel like picking up a girl at a bar is a fucking terrible situation.
They do. So, okay, I'll put it this way. The bar experience for me it's been extremely hit or miss. And then also the problems that I've had with in bars when there would be women that would be interested, there would be other freak guys that have like boners. They look like my fucking mods in the games that I play. Because they're just so they like get, and they feel territorial, and it gets like weird. And I've had
more dick than man, bro.
I've had awkward situations like that where I'm not even trying to pull the girl, but she's interested in me, and I'm like, cool. And then somebody else that was like working on her all night, all of a sudden is like fucking like, like, and I'm like, oh man, this is stupid. Like everything about the scene is just stupid. Those are the days, man.
More pipe than human, trying to fucking eat me, and I'm like, dude, chill, blood, chill. And he's just fucking infuriated. What do you know she's mine? You know she's here for me. And you're like, bro, I don't know who you are.
Do you remember fucking Bill Burr? I think I mentioned this to you. I can't remember, but Bill Burr was talking about a joke about guys at the bar, and he was saying like how horny they are, and there's like fucking like cum like shooting out of their eyes or something. Like it can't be contained where it's like just dripping out of their orifices. And I'm like, that is how so it is. Crazy. Like that's what it feels
so
like.
Fucking crazy. That is
I think it was Louis
heinous.
C.K. actually. That was Louis C.K. Excuse me. It was one of those fucking gingers.
That is real cummery right there, bro. He's so horny.
So backed up.
He's coming whilst yelling at you.
Abject cummery, without a shadow of a doubt.
And you're like, blood, calm down. He's like, I can't. I keep coming.
Yeah. So listen, everybody listening to this, when you see this, wish Kingston a happy birthday, even though it'll be way too late.
Yeah, definitely.
Even though it'll be like completely out of date, just spam it to him because he's got to feel that he's getting. Yes, well, don't do that.
There's nothing happy about my birthday.
No, definitely do that. Don't send
What do you mean there's nothing happy about it? How are you feeling? How are you feeling now that you're 30? Does it feel any like what do you?
Oh, nothing feels different. I've been.
Yeah, it's the same.
I've been kind of the same person I've been since I was like late 20s or mid 20s. So like.
That's like 3 years ago. That's such a ridiculous thing to say.
Just wait until midday. Wait till midday. Death visits you and gives you a wink and then disappears.
My dick doesn't get hard no more, and I'm like, no, wait.
I'm free.
Bliss. I'm free. I'm free.
Oh,
I'm finally free.
Let's see, but that's when Lily leaves because you realize that she's there for your fucking your triumphant pipe. And once it
I would be so sad if she's like, I never liked you. You're a black man.
That would be.
You were a piece of dick. That's all you ever were. She walks out. I'd be so heartbroken.
That'd be insane. I'd be like, whoa, I didn't know. I had no idea. Who would have thought that Lily was like that? She's like fucking.
I feel like no one could have guessed Lily's racist. I feel like that's something that no one could guess.
That'd be hilarious.
I think I would guess just to guess it. I think.
Yeah.
Just to be safe, just to hedge my bets.
I feel like you'd just be a shot in the dark guess. You'd be like, "Oh, Lily's racist."
It would be because everybody would be so adamantly opposed to it that I would be like, well, if I'm not going to go with the crowd here. I'm going to go with my own intuition here. I'm going to go against the grain.
I'm not going to go with the crowd here.
If I'm right, wow, is that a wild way to be right? And if I'm wrong, it's like, whatever. No one's going to really think about it.
I'm going to go with the crowd here. You're just like, yeah, I think she's racist. I'm going to go Lily's for $5, Bob.
Yeah. I appreciate contrarians. I appreciate it. But hey,
I don't know.
Hey.
What? Hey.
Tell us about that Pop-Tart movie, man. That's still been in the back of my head. I'm sorry.
You're cued in on it.
You waited patiently, dude.
Because I can't believe like that you said that.
Yeah.
It sounds fake.
It's real. I know. I understand. But for whatever reason, I don't know why, Jerry Seinfeld, well, I know why, it's just a comedy bit, but Jerry Seinfeld has a bit in one of his comedy routines that's about the Pop-Tart and how revolutionary that was in the 60s or whatever. And it's a whole bit. It's a bit. It's a thing that's been kind of I don't know if it's been a staple in his act for a long time, but it's definitely been there for a while. And some person, I guess in Hollywood, was like, hey, we want to make a movie off of that bit. And he was like, what? Why? Why would you want to do that? And he was like, just trust me, we'll do it. Why not? And so Seinfeld, obviously having so much money and being able to just do whatever the fuck he wants, he's like, yeah, okay, whatever, fine. And so he directed this movie with it's just a bunch of comedians. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at with this, to be honest with you. It just looks like a very strange.
Is it
looks like a sketch?
CGI? Is it live action? What is it?
It's live action. It's like, what is it going to be, like an anime?
I thought it was going to be Alien. I thought it was going to be like B movie, but like Pop-Tart movie. That's what I was first picturing.
No, it's okay. So I maybe explained this a little hastily. It is a movie about the invention of the Pop-Tart. But it from the board people and the race from other companies to get that onto the store shelves and stuff like that. It's not literally B movie, but with Pop-Tarts.
That was my first thought, dude. Because I'm like, Jerry Seinfeld, Pop-Tarts, it's gonna be that, and I was like, oh, we got the next meme for him. He's finally gonna come back because B movie settled down.
Honestly, it looks kind of like. As I saw the trailer for it, and it looks like if the hypothetical bits that we came up with on this show weren't so depraved and so clearly not family friendly, it seems like an entire movie based on that. It's like some guy dies and he gets the full, there's a scene where he gets a full cereal honors burial and he's buried in a coffin, but they dump milk and Cheerios in it and some lady's weeping, cutting bananas over it. It looks so stupid.
That is so obscene.
That's great. That is literally me and my friends have funeral requests similar to that, but more vulgar, but in the same vein. That is very true.
If you took cereal and milk and bananas and replaced it with shit, cum, and anything else, it would just be a bit that we would do on the show. So it looks like a G-rated version of just a bunch of dumb cereal-oriented bits that they just kind of came up with to shoot. I don't know. It looks whatever. It looks like a dumb movie.
That would be so funny if he gets buried and yo, before you bury me, everybody has to come on my casket. Everybody's got to shoot one load on the casket. And it looks like a bunch of birds shat on it, but it's a bunch of splatter marks all over the casket.
That is crazy.
That's a hard task.
On the ground.
That's a hard task first of all, beat off to completion in front of everyone?
Yeah. That would take me easily that would take me easily 4 minutes.
Yeah.
That would take me. I'd be a really scared 3 tugs, but I would do it.
Yeah, maybe I would get into it. First, I'd be like, "Oh, dude, this is weird," but then I'm like, you know what? I realize that I like an audience. And get
and then you start getting like the
upsetting.
challenges like, oh, you think you can beat me?
See,
you can beat me? You can't fucking beat me. I'm a quickster.
That's a permanent shift in your brain chemistry, though. Like that's you're a different person after that. I think because that surely affects how that's something that would affect how you treat people. I think, like even just outside of just that avenue, outside of sex,
Probably.
I think
Probably
be like, oh, I need an audience for everything now. Like I need people to be here whenever I do anything. It's like I need people in the room when I'm shitting.
Yeah, like I want to have a glass room for my bathroom. I just want to have all glass doors, have people, and it's connected to the side of my house to make sure people walking by my house can see me shitting. Like
I want people to see me shit.
Yeah, that'd be really good.
I want people to know I'm shitting. I want people to fucking
stare
know
them
I'm
deep
shitting.
in the eyes while you're shitting.
I want a wooden house. I want a wooden house and a glass bathroom is what I want.
That is.
I want the most private room in the house to have no privacy at all.
Hell yeah, dude.
At all.
I like that. I like that a lot. I respect that.
I literally have this conversation, right? Where Lily just walks into me in the bathroom now.
I can't. I don't know, man.
And like, I hate it so much. I feel like genuinely the bathroom is the last place of privacy.
That's the last bastion.
It's sanctuary.
It literally is the final.
That is sanctuary. That is sanctuary even when you're living by yourself, quite frankly.
What?
Like, because every other room has all these like connotations to it. It's like, oh, this is my office. I got to get work done. Oh, this is my bed. Ah, man, I all sorts of horrible memories here. Oh, the living room. I got to clean. And the bathroom is like, oh, peace. Like I can take this is associated as like I'm relaxing. I'm in the bath. I don't have to think about anything else. So I would not fucking allow that. I'd lock my door here when there's nobody here.
She doesn't get it. She's a fucking toon.
But like, she's a
fucking Toon Force character.
First of all, like, Lily has siblings, right?
One sibling, and they're weird.
But like, that's weird. Because let's say when you live with siblings, it's ingrained in you. You lock the door or you knock.
Yeah,
like that's just you. When you live with people, that's how you operate. You can't just walk in on shit.
I think she does that in her house, but she doesn't do it in our house. She's like, we're like a couple. We can do something with that. I'm like, Lillian,
so she's consciously doing it and not just like, oh, I'm not thinking about this. Like she's consciously
trying to break me. She's literally trying to break me on purpose. And I'm like, girl, stop.
Bro, that is, I can't even tell you how much of that has not happened to me.
No.
That has happened to me zero times. Hold on. In relationship.
What is Lily doing right now? What is she doing?
She's in the living room.
Get her in here. I want her to explain herself.
All right.
I want her to.
No.
I want her to explain herself. This is insane to me.
That is insane. First of all, I don't know why he's not locking the door.
She might not be here. Actually, she's a sleeper. She might not be here.
Oh. Is there no lock on your bathroom door?
Oh, there is, but I don't lock because I feel like I don't have to. So I've never had to lock myself in a bathroom.
So you're kind of both at fault. I'm be honest.
Yeah, that's
kind of because I'm not hiding away.
It's not about hiding away.
Well, the lock is there for a reason. The lock is there for a reason.
Yes, it is there for a reason. Because somebody may do exactly what Lily's doing while your fucking pants are down your ankles. You know what I'm saying? Like you're in a very vulnerable position, and you would like to just have the door closed. Because sometimes you'll be deep in thought. Sometimes you'll be whatever. If some motherfucker came and just opened the door, everything has been derailed. Everything. Because if you ask a lot of the artists, biggest artists in the world, they write like half of their music in the shitter. That's just what you do. It's just a place where you think. It's a place where all of a sudden some motherfucker comes barging in. Yeah.
I should beat her.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Not even as a bit.
That's not even as a bit. That's not exactly what we're saying.
But, I am. You should go hard in the paint. Teach her a lesson. Like, Lily, you touch this doorknob one more time while I'm in it, and I'm gonna make you fit in this toilet. I'm gonna make sure you get flushed. And it's the implications is you're fucking like accordion her. You know, you're smashing her and make sure she can fit down the fucking toilet.
God damn.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
oh my fucking God.
Can you imagine doing that to a human? you stuff them.
That's first of all, that's just
that reminds me. Why is that tickling? That's tickling something in my brain. Wait, Kingston, do you remember when Do you remember we lived together? We created that Crinkle Claus character, that like Santa Claus that comes into your house and crinkles you a little bit,
crumple people and put them in a fucking drain.
So he just comes to harm you and then he leaves, or what?
He breaks into your house on Christmas Eve and he just kind of crinkles you a little bit. He just kind of slightly malforms you and creases your skin, and then he leaves. Or he like really gets off. Or he gets really, really out of pocket with it. And he like kind of stuffs you down a garbage disposal. But that's if you piss him off. If you don't let him crinkle you, it'll be a sight to be. If there's resistance, of any kind,
if you let yourself get crinkled,
that's so stupid. Why would you?
I don't know.
I'd be like, it's the tradition. Like nobody tries to fight back or kill him or anything.
No one tries to fight him.
That's it.
You have to spend this next several months like slightly crinkled a little bit. And that's it.
God.
That's just how it goes.
That's crazy. That's a crazy way to live.
So stupid. There must have been something in the water in that apartment. I think.
Must have been. That place is fucking. Man, let's never go back there ever. Just never go back.
I actually did go back there. I actually went back there a couple. You know what because I used it to film an exterior shot for a video. Actually, the alien video. The video that we shot the Area 51 video. This is after we moved away from it, but I was like, I need an exterior shot for me walking up to our apartment building, but I don't want to show our real apartment building for obvious reasons. So I was just like, oh wait, I know our old one. I'll just use that. I'll just use that one. So I did go back there, and I forgot how bleak it was. I forgot how like dreary and set that house. Do you remember how small that lobby was too? It was like a fucking hall, like a hallway. You had to.
There was a lobby.
Exactly.
There was a lobby.
There's a lobby.
It was funny being back there too because I had these like memories of like, oh yeah, I remember like iDubbbz saying my name Jeff to some old lady in this lobby. When he came to help me film something, she just ran frightened. Because this is back when Ian had like really, really short. This is back when Ian had really, really short hair, so he looked like somebody who could potentially hurt you, if you like upset him. So yeah, that was a moment.
Yeah, she was like, he came to our house.
Don't do it again. Don't do it again, Ethan. Stop. Or Ian.
A lot of people. A lot of people came to that apartment. I know JonTron was in that apartment.
John was there.
Ian was in that apartment. Obviously, a lot of our old friends back in the day. No, Zach I met way later, like
the next apartment
while we were moving. But the apartment afterwards, I remember Keemstar showed up. The apartment we lived in afterwards, that was fucking ridiculous.
Were you there for that, Derek? You were there right after that, Derek. We were there right after that, weren't you?
Yeah, I definitely was not there, but I do remember seeing a photo of. I remember seeing. I think it was a photo of Bunty and Keemstar.
It was Bunty and Keemstar eyeing each other with their beards and hats in my living room, and it's just like, what the fuck is going on? Why is this happening?
That is How did Keemstar end up in your apartment? Like that is actually very odd.
Okay, so apparently, I don't know if I'm remembering this correctly. It would actually be good to have Bunty on the show actually at some point because like he would have memories
I was talking to him
I don't really fully. Yeah. But I think, like, Bunty messaged me. He was like, hey, is it okay if I bring some people? And I was like, okay, sure, I guess. It's a party? You know, whatever. It's an E3 party. Like, I don't know. It was, like, one of the first big parties that I threw at our apartment. And then I was like, never again am I doing this. I'm never doing this again. Because people just show up. I am not in the type of industry where I can just throw a party and say, yeah, bring whoever. Because then it's going to be like... You know, Sky Does Minecraft shows up, you know, and that's its own problem.
This is the big thing, right? We're content creators, right? You can't just tell your content creator friends, bring anybody. That is
I didn't think about it at the time. I didn't think about it at the time because it was very new to me. Yeah. The idea of that even being like a problem, it's like, oh, that someone would show up that would be like a kind of a problem for other people there was very, very new. So, yeah, he was there.
Because you're used to our friends, that's why you're like,
Louis
my
Spears,
friends are here.
Louis Spears was there. Louis C.K. Louis C.K. was beating off in the corner when I moved in.
Hey, mind if I come in your face? Mind if I come in your face?
Yeah.
I would say you can wing my shoulder. It's fine. You can't tell me my face though. I would like to have that story.
Wild.
I would like to have that story that Louis C.K. came on.
I'm sorry. I'm that much of a buzzkill. No one come anywhere near me.
Yeah, I mean,
right, now we know what to do.
Now
we know what to do. Well, Kingston, you're in a bad spot for somebody who doesn't want to get cummed on because you fall asleep all the time and way too easily. There's going to be a point where you're going to fall asleep and everyone's just going to joke.
If someone comes on me, I'd be so upset. I'd be so miffed if someone came on me. I'd be so.
I love like in that frat culture that like sexual assault like that is just jokes. You can just bust us all like, oh, you fell asleep, bro. That's what you get.
Dude,
like,
there's a video.
You wake up with cock in your mouth and you're like.
There's a video of Kingston. So we went to a Renaissance fair kind of recently with a bunch of friends of ours. And we went to see this. It was like some show. I to be honest, I was watching the show. I had no idea what the fuck was going on. It was just some guy making weird noises and like gargling balls. I don't know what the fuck is going on at the show. But we were watching it, and it was loud. And it's a Renaissance fair. It's like the sun is beaming on you. And our friend Danny took this video of Kingston falling asleep, and you know what? I'm gonna send this to you, Derek, because it's good. It is funny video. It is a really good video.
I almost fell asleep, dude. I almost passed out.
He falls backwards and almost like crushes a small child behind him.
No, it's first of all, there was no child behind me. That's
there
how
was
I know
a
you're
child
lying.
behind you.
What I did was I was falling asleep, right, and I leaned back and I caught myself leaning back, and I was like, "Holy shit, I gotta wake up."
Yeah, and then you stared directly at the camera. You stared directly at the camera too, like right when you woke up. It's like those videos of Tobey Maguire spotting the paparazzi at the airport, where he just like, But there was a 7-year-old little girl behind you eating a lollipop.
There was no.
She was eating a lollipop with
woman.
pigtails. She was eating a lollipop with pigtails. She was like, "Mommy, I can't see anything." And this lumbering feller falls backwards, and I watched her age 8 years in the eyes. Like, I watched her eyes get crusted and, like, scared for the future. But luckily you caught yourself and you saved that girl. She eldered, yeah.
Kingston, no.
It was a wild thing to say.
No, Kingston Jameson, no.
Video is so fucking funny.
I would love to get thrown really hard and fast, and then hit a bunch of people, and then get up. As long as I'm completely fine, and a bunch of just get struck by me.
That's fucking.
And I'm like, I didn't do this. I didn't do this to anybody. I was just getting thrown, dude.
Should we talk about the fact that we saw Spider-Man 2 in theaters? I know that was like a big,
awesome.
A big thing. It was very, man. What a fun. That movie is so fun, man. It's so goofy in like all of the perfect ways. Like James Franco is such a goof in that movie, and it is so like people were laughing every time he was on screen because it is just so funny.
Because you also can't believe him. Can you? I don't.
Yeah, he's very difficult
him.
to believe. Yeah,
I was like, yeah, go ahead.
He's probably the worst actor in that crap. Like watching it in the theater again made me like really submit, because like a lot of people criticize those movies for having like or specifically Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst for having like subdued acting, and then you're like, no, this actually like works for what this is. But like James Franco specifically has this he's trying almost like he's trying way too hard and not really nailing it at any real given point.
Yeah,
strange. It's a strange experience. He just doesn't strike me as someone who's like, he's genuinely upset. Like, yeah, like I said, like he's fake upset. He's fake mad. I feel like I'm like, you don't seem like somebody who thinks Spider-Man actually killed his dad. Killed your dad, yeah. Like, he doesn't seem like that at all.
He's just like, he seems like he's just annoyed. Like, he seems annoyed to me, and it's like kind of like weird. He's like, just like,
yeah, he looks out of place all the time.
He disrespected me by touching me.
That is a great moment though. Like, it's like he disrespected me by touching me, and then he puts on his like obviously 2000s shades. It's so funny. It is so damn funny, but it's so good, man.
Yeah,
that movie is like
man.
That movie like strikes me. That movie really strikes me as like a watching it in theaters, especially, was a strange feeling, because I was like, it almost felt like watching like something like Edward Scissorhands. Where it was just like, I think with like the Danny Elfman music too, just kind of accompanying. It's like, this feels like a classic in a way that it didn't feel like for a while. And being in a theater full of people that really liked it was really cool. But yeah,
it was super fun seeing it.
I don't remember
really cool.
seeing. I remember seeing 1 and 3. I have no memory of seeing 2 in the theater for some reason.
I remember seeing all of them, and I very vividly remember seeing 3. I think I've told the story on the podcast where walking out of the theater for Spider-Man 3 in the Fishkill Regal, like not even like the one in the mall, like the one in like that weird offshoot mall where the one with the Boston Market in it.
Where I lived.
And like I remember watching it. I had my Spider-Man 3 shirt. I had like the spider symbol. It was like half white and half like symbiote black, and I was so excited. And I walked out of that movie for the first time in my life disappointed by something that I was looking forward to seeing. Like for the first time ever.
He's totally got you.
I really liked 3. I thought, especially when I was younger, I really liked 3 a lot.
I like 3 more.
As I got older, I could tell it wasn't a great film.
I like all of those movies more and more every time I see them. But like at the time, like no doubt, like when I first saw Spider-Man 3 as a child looking for like a really exciting final chapter to a Spider-Man story, I was so deeply disappointed because it's not good. It's not a good Spider-Man movie even slightly. But like if you watch, I swear to God, like if you get a little bit high and watch that movie as like a soap opera, you are fucking transfixed on that movie. It is a perfect fucking soap opera to the point where it's like, why didn't this but it's strange that it's a good soap opera but a bad Spider-Man movie. It's so weird. And obviously it's because of Venom and like how shoehorned he is, and it just doesn't work.
If you were a kid, and I feel like most Spider-Man fans were well aware of Venom, they really liked Venom, and just what they did with it, like just that alone was just kind of heartbreaking. I love it now. I love that Eric Foreman of That 70s Show is Venom. Like I love that now. Like, but yeah, I controversially
think he's like a decent Eddie Brock for that Peter Parker, but his Venom sucks. Like his Venom is terrible. Like I don't know why they didn't just do Big Venom, and he's like, why not? Like, it's so weird.
He could have turned into a Big Venom. He definitely could have. I also just don't. I look at fucking Topher Grace, and he just doesn't seem like a jerk to me. Like that's not a. He is being a little fucking likable weasel, which is fine. Yeah, but I'm like, he just seems like a guy. You're like, hey man, like how you would ask him for the time. You'd be like, hey man, what time is it? Like, you mind giving me the time?
I think I like that about it though.
Yeah,
I think I like that. Because he seems like, I think it makes him a little bit more sympathetic while also still allowing him to be a weasel, because he can't be like a full on brawny like asshole, but he can be like a sniveling weasel, which he absolutely is in that fucking movie. He goes to church and asks Jesus to kill Peter Parker. It's so
dude,
crazy.
That is so out of pocket. Yeah. That is so out of pocket. I was like, it is out of pocket. Ask him to get murdered.
It is out of pocket, but at the same time, like it is the most relatable part of that movie, because I think who among us have not, like, we've all gone to church at like 12 in the morning and asked Jesus to kill somebody that we don't like. Like, we've all done that. True. Everybody's experienced this. It's as ubiquitous as brushing your teeth in the morning or coming in your fridge to make sure the smell stays. Like, there's all sorts of things that we do on a daily basis that, like, I just think that really touched on a really strong hint of relatability.
Big facts.
But
that last one.
The idea of somebody going to church and asking God to murder someone else is a wild experience, dude.
It's needed.
It's a 7-year-old's understanding of how praying works.
Hey, God, kill my mom. She didn't let me have ice cream last night. It's like, huh?
Yeah, and then your mom
dear
gets
God,
in a fucking car accident,
Father,
and you think God actually did it.
Yeah, like, I love God. He listens.
Dear Father who art in heaven, can you kill my mommy? She won't let me have Budokai 2 for the PS2. Kill my mom. Thank you.
Now.
Your wish is granted,
right
nigga.
Now.
And then fucking, like, your mom just explodes. Nigga. Like, she just fucking explodes, and there are meats everywhere. You're like, oh,
so many meats and brimstone. In a flash of brimstone, she pops. You're like, yay! Your dad is traumatized.
And the worst thing is, it doesn't get you any closer to getting Budokai because you got to deal with all this shit now.
Now we got to bury her. Kill my dad next.
My dad will get me Budokai too either. What the fuck, Dad?
Send me to an orphanage that dear God, put me in an orphanage that has Budokai too. Oh my God.
See, and then you get it. You're in the orphanage with Budokai 2, but all of the people that run it are fucking child molesters. So you're getting molested daily, but at least you get to play Budokai 2.
And they're really good at Budokai 2, tragically enough. So you can't
He pops you off his lap after he's done with you, and then you play with Budokai and he whoops your ass.
Beats the fuck out of you.
You can't even get a shred of
I'm losing every way. I'm losing it.
not a shred of a victory to be had in that orphanage, man. Like, man, holy shit.
Not one little.
It's rough.
God's like a monkey
orphanage
paw.
Sounds like
he's
murmurs.
Like those monkey paws. The wish.
Exactly.
Those monkey paws. He's like,
the monkey.
I wish for world peace, and then it's aliens come and destroy the world. So now it's nice and peaceful because there's no more conflict. You're like, oh, great.
Yeah. Anyway,
great. You're a fucking asshole. Clearly, dumbass genie. So clearly you're a fucking dickhead.
That's what Aladdin should have been.
All right.
Should we move on?
I wish my cock was big and there was no turnbacks and I can fuck you till you die, genie. And the genie's like, yeah, you want to be an ass? I can be an asshole too. Yeah, open up.
You asked for a really, you asked your genie, it's like, genie, I wish for a really big cock, but it's just really short and it's so wide that it wraps around the sides of your hips. And that's
it looks like a stingray. Your dick is like a fat stingray.
I remember seeing a comic like that when I was a kid, where there was like a pixie or something. This guy catches this pixie. He's like, I caught you. You have to grant me my one wish. And it was like some like adult strip comic thing. And so he was like, I wish my dick could touch the floor. You know, just the implication is that it's big enough to where it's just touching the floor.
That's so fucking disgusting.
And then so she grants it, and he wakes up in the morning, and his legs are so short.
Yeah, his legs are short.
His dick is on the ground. And I was like, that's fucking fantastic. I was like, I love it.
That is good. Yeah,
he's
got like ET legs.
He's got ET legs. Yeah, I was like,
I would just eat the fairy. Like if I capture a fairy, it's like I'll give you any wish. I'll just eat it.
Yeah, that's how you do that. That's for sure.
And while it screams, and I bite its head off. I just bite its fucking head off and spit it out.
Oh,
God damn.
Wait, hold on. I think I might be getting my package right now. I might. So I'm gonna. But before. Okay, so a lot is happening right now. I want to make something very clear. All right. If you come on over to patreon.com/the Snark Tank, which you absolutely should do, there's a big question thread that gives you a chance to get your question read on the show. The promise is that if your question is good, we will read it. There's a lot, and I have to curate the list to make sure that we're getting some interesting questions, some good ones, because some of them are a little throwaway. Some of you pay money to waste your chance, but Derek insisted that well, listen, they're paying money. So let's honor this payment. So we're gonna go into the first question. I subscribed. Just get Chris to do blackface, and he writes,
"Nice."
So it's the Kendrick Lamar thing.
No, it's just scream.
I'm sick and tired of being tired.
It's yeah.
See, I'm of a different mind, Chris. I actually rather enjoyed that. That was dumb as fuck.
God.
And one thing I also relish is making fun of these people and putting them in their place for being like, you're a stupid bitch. Thank you for your money, you stupid pussy. And then like it'll encourage more stupid pussies to give us more money. Because they're gonna be like, I can look, man. I understand what Chris is doing. I get it. It's like, oh, let's filter out the bullshit. But bullshit is what drives this show. We got to be real about this. Bullshit drives the show. If you remember every animated clip that's been done, it's not some casual conversation. It's not let's casually talk about some stupid bullshit. Let's casually talk about Spider-Man. It's something that's completely out of pocket. And so,
look, man.
Yeah.
If you don't give me your money for me to say A 3 times, man, you know what? Thanks. I appreciate it. I could use it.
That's great.
If not, then, suck most of my dick. Whatever, man. Go fucking.
Look, I just want. I realize that we have over 1,000 people in the $5 tier. And I want that to triple, quadruple. And that's going to mean a lot of shit questions. A lot of shit questions. And I'm like, you know what? I want those stupid dummies to stick around. I want them to stick around.
Stupid dummies.
Yeah. I want them to stick around because I love them. And what the hell did you get something cool?
All right. No, okay, so I wanted to show this on the show. So give me 1 second. I have to get changed. I'm gonna give you guys the next question.
Okay.
What is it? Would read names for you for free, wrote in. He says, probably a very common question, but have you ever done ad reads for products you don't like? I'll answer when I get back.
Never on this podcast, no.
Yeah, don't like. No, I have turned down a lot of sponsors because I know that I've had to tell the people that I was working with that I can't because this is trash. Or like, say for example, I remember there was this app. It was called Coin something. It was a game, and I can't remember what it was called, but it had the word coin in it. And I checked it out, and I was like, "This is the stupidest fucking game I've ever seen." And I was like, "I'm sorry, I can't fucking do this." And I'm a lot of channels I watch, like these wrestling channels. They all, this is brought to you by this stupid app, and I'm like, look at all these fucking assholes taking this sponsor when they don't give a fuck about this at all.
Dude,
and
get your bag, man.
That's how most people are, though. This is the way that you kind of have to think of it in the way. If you don't think it's dog shit, that's different. But if it's one of those things where it's like, I don't like this, but other people might. I don't mind people promoting stuff like that if they're like, I may not like this, but I can see other people getting value out of this. So I don't see any problem with that. But if you think this is actually objectively trash, then I would say that's problematic.
I feel
Yeah.
I've never.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever done. I think maybe I did one ad read for a mobile game that I didn't really play, but I didn't think it was like. I talked to some people who did play it who were like, no, that's a good game. You know what I mean? Like, and they actually they had no reason to lie to me about it. So I was like, all right, yeah, that's fine, I guess. It was a fun spot to do too because like they let me do literally whatever, which was like the more appealing thing about it. Where it's like, oh yeah, I have no problem like making a commercial for something that I don't like necessarily know that much about. Because part of the fun of making, I don't know, like I just like making stuff. But yeah, that was the only thing I think. Everything else that I've ever done an ad read for, I think I genuinely actually do.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I do.
I think I know what you're talking about. Which one you're even referring to?
Viking War of Clans was the one that I did.
Clan or whatever. That actually falls under the same umbrella. The company's called Plarium, and that's who started fucking Raid Shadow Legends. Like there's the same fucking people. And that's essentially a lot of people. I would say 99% of people that did an ad for them, they don't play mobile games at all. And so I was one of the very few that continued to play and then just kind of actually discovered that whole world, that whole fucking world. Yeah. It was really interesting. But what do you got, man? Like, what the hell is this?
I just got in a test print. I just got in a test print of our merch. This specific thing may or may not be available. I just wanted to get a feel for like how the printing would feel and how the fabric feels and how the fitting feels. But so this is the merch I have. This is Bryle. He's officially.
Oh my god!
He's on a shirt. It feels kind of good. I don't know.
All right.
The fit is pretty good. The fit's pretty good. You will not be able to buy this. Unless you want, like, we'll leave it up available for like early patrons if you really like the store is going to go up. There's going to be a password to be able to get in, and we'll unveil the password on Patreon when all the prices are finalized and all that stuff. So you'll be able to get this if you want, but like once the store goes live for everybody, this is going to be gone because this is just such an inside baseball. This is such an stupid inside joke, and I thought this would be like a perfect way to test the material and get him immortalized in some way. So
I feel like you could just slap a little tank symbol in the corner and then relaunch it.
I'm so upset that I'm seeing Bryo just bothers me, dude. This character is he just irks me. He's so irksome.
He is an irksome fella, but it's not his fault. He's a good dude. He's just difficult to get a hold of. He's got his phone on airplane mode and he doesn't really know how to shut it off. So he's always looking for signal. He's a good guy. There's not a bad bone in Bryo's body, really. So I take umbrage with how you're talking about him because he's a good dude. But I understand what you're saying.
I still got to get that scumbag Kingston shirt. I need that.
I don't like that one.
Oh yeah, what was it? Oh, with the Supreme. The Supreme, right?
The Supreme font. Yeah, the Supreme font says scumbag.
That's good.
There's a picture. I have the perfect picture for that too. It's
already. Chris showed it.
What was the picture that we?
Which one is it?
What was it? The picture that we agreed on?
It was that you had like a sketch. You had that drawing of it. You had that sketch of it or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah. That one's a good one. I have another image that's close to that.
Yeah,
it's close to that one. It's another image of like I just fucking. I don't know.
Who took that picture? Was that Lily that took that picture?
I think it was.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's good. Like I definitely know it would get a lot of looks and a lot of people would be inquisitive if you were wearing that out in the streets. Like, like yeah, that's pretty hot too. That's pretty hot. We might have to do a Mount Rushmore of your faces.
That would be so disgusting. We could do.
I look like another race.
What we should do, what we should do, really, for maybe a future merch launch is like, because there's a really horrible photo of me and Kingston, both of us separately. But like, I don't know if we have one for you. It would be cool if we could have like a trifecta where it's scumbags. Where it's just like all three of our disgusting faces.
Scumbags, yeah.
Maybe the one of you in your. Was that video where like you caked yourself in ointment or whatever?
Oh my god!
What was it?
Oh yeah, I was doing when Joker came out. Yeah, I made a joke. I did a Joker review, and I put on, God, what was it? Lotion and don't do this, guys. Don't put. I put spray paint on my skin because I didn't have anything. God. It was then I put some gym shorts on my green gym shorts were my Joker hair.
I feel like I did something similar to that where when I did because I did a Joe Biden video because he had this thing like I think I had like a viral tweet or something that was like if you just let autocorrect finish a sentence then it just sounds like a real Joe Biden quote, and I just did a video where I read all of them and I'm pretty sure I spray painted my hair. I think I had actual dye. I'm not super sure. I'm pretty sure I had like real hair dye. I don't think I was stupid enough to spray paint my hair.
You spray painted your hair though. You did do that.
Yeah, but it was like hair. It wasn't like it wasn't with like acrylic. You know, like it was for hair, but like it was like Halloween for hair, and I did it to whiten my hair. Barely shows up in the video. It just looks like I have dull hair. It doesn't look white at all. But those are fun times.
Biden.
I miss filming videos
Biden
like that,
rants,
like
bro.
stupid.
Yeah,
Biden
no,
rants?
I like he's just
Jojo. I miss Biden rants, and Jojo was telling me, I don't remember the other day about like, damn, you know, your sketches, like this stuff, all the bits and stuff like that, like that's, I could tell, like obviously it used to be fun. You could tell like we would do some shit, you know, take some time and shoot something, do something really stupid. I remember having a lot of fun doing a Red Dead Redemption 2 sketch where just me and my friend having a shootout, and I'm riding his German Shepherd as like a dog or a horse or whatever, and having fun with that, like feeling inspired. Now I just can't. I guess there's just nothing's really inspired me, I guess, to to do that. Maybe like I thought about it briefly when O.J. Simpson died. I was like, oh, I can do something with this. I feel like I can do something, but then I was like, whatever.
Yeah, for me, it's more about access to me, where it's like I feel like to do the stuff that I would want to do, I need cameramen, and I don't know to even bother people with that in the first place is like, I don't know. But
yeah,
anyway,
yeah, that's true.
Let's move on to some questions, or more questions, I should say. Sticking out my yacht for the Rizzler wrote in. Nice. Says, hey there, Buddy Holly, Bob Marley, and Stevie Wonder.
Well, that's kind of.
Am I Buddy Holly?
Are they what? Yeah.
I guess
I think it's an
Bob
open
Marley.
question.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of works that I'm Stevie Wonder right now, though, so, that works perfectly.
It works, yeah. Look at you.
I'm blind as fuck right now.
Look at this blind idiot toying around with that piano. He'll never make it. Is there a music video? Is there a music video that completely scared you when you were growing up? For me, by the way, this question dated the hell, made me feel so old, because the follow up to this is, for me, it was the video for Somebody That I Used to Know, by Gautier, which is a college song. That's a college song for me. I could see being like maybe like 4 years old and being kind of weirded out by like the painting thing, but like that's like you got to be really young for that. You got to be really young for that to freak you out.
So like I don't know, dark stuff, dark ominous stuff scared me. Not colorful paintings and stupid hipsters singing. Like what? Why would that scare you? I don't.
Yeah, I don't fully understand it. But like I was also just not young. I was also just not young when that video came out. I think like there are things that used to scare me that I can't even fathom why they scared me today. You know what I mean? Like as a kid, I'm just like, why the fuck? Like I used to be afraid of clowns genuinely, and I'm like, I could just kill you. Like I could take a clown in a moment. Like why was I even remotely afraid of these things?
But I'm not scared.
I never was afraid of it.
I really don't like them.
I used to be like when I was like really really little. I was genuinely like they would really freak me out. And then I can't remember. Like there was like I had like an aha moment where like my aunt, my titi Sylvia, who lost me. She lost me in Manhattan several times, and my parents still let her watch me. We went to. I got lost in the Natural History Museum 7 times to the point where like I got to know the security staff. Like I was like, "Oh, Chris is lost again."
I don't.
That is not a bit. That's not a bit, by the way. That is real. Well, because they knew I would just find my way back.
For you, bro.
Yeah, my parents. That was
kids.
That was a weird time. That was like it's so weird thinking about that because my parents are so different now than they used to. Like my parents used to like my mom used to be like a city working woman. Like she would just like work all the time, and then my dad was like deployed. And now it's like my mom's like into Reiki and all this like oils and like like hippie. Yeah, it's wild. It's such a trend. It's such a wild.
Flashbacks, like daily flashbacks.
My dad,
and stuff.
And my dad is still. My dad is in fact still deployed. He's on the trenches. Still,
my dad's a fucking shogun with several disciples and katanas and stuff. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
Can you imagine? You go back home and he watched the Hulu series Shogun, and he's completely entrenched in that world. He's like,
he gets flashbacks from the very idea of military conflict, regardless of era. Just like anything, it's like shoguns. Yeah, it's just like shoguns. Oh, that reminds me of Vietnam somehow. That's insane. But so somebody that I used to know.
It's a good show too.
Yeah. Somebody that I used to know, you'd have to. I'll let it pass because I'm assuming that you're very young. I'm going to assume that you're skewing very young. But for me, I don't think I ever had a music video that scared me really. Like there was never a music video that freaked me out because there was always music to accompany it that kind of like lightened the. I don't know. It was just I was always looking at music videos like, oh, cool. The only one that comes to mind, and it's not so much that it scared me, but I just thought it was like super fucking interesting and weird. And I actually think it got pulled off of YouTube recently. Was this animated? It was like a completely animated video. Not exactly in the. I think it was just. It looked kind of like an anime, but like a really well animated anime. It was called. And Derek, you might remember this if you perused YouTube as much as I did back then, or even like in the early 2010s. It was called Fantasy by Die, or Die Fantasy, lowercase d, capital Y, lowercase e. And it was this animated video of like a bunch of like, I think high school or like college kids in a swimming pool after like an indoor swimming pool after dark. And then everybody just like Akira's into these fucking crazy like monsters, and it's crazy cool. It's like a really cool video, but I remember that like leaving an impression on me when I was a kid because it was really brutal and like really well animated, and like the tone of it was like fucking wild for like a kid to see, but it still didn't scare me. I just thought like this is fucking wicked.
I didn't see
have you ever seen it?
I'm just looking at it right now. I'm looking at it right now. I've never seen
wild,
it before, but yeah.
If you skim if you skim through it, it's got some crazy imagery, man. Like it's
DYE fantasy.
It's the reverse of what I said. So it's like capital D, lowercase y, capital E, and it's called fantasy.
I mean, that's not gonna. You just
yeah, I guess it won't. Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to correct the record, I guess, because people are gonna be weird about it. Someone's gonna be actually it's on Vimeo. It got taken off of YouTube, presumably because it was just too fucking crazy. But like it's
too wild.
Yeah, it's like hypersexual, and then like in the middle of it, it just gets fucking crazy. Super well animated though, especially for like a small. Like I don't think it was made.
I think
by,
I've seen this before.
Studio.
Yeah, I've seen this before.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah,
I do remember having a being creeped out by one music video specifically. It was Marilyn Manson's cover of the "Sweet Dreams" or "Made of This," whatever. The fucking song's called. It's because the vibe of his cover is so creepy. It's such a, I mean, obviously by design,
obviously, yeah.
And I just remember him having like sharp teeth, and I don't know if it's him or somebody in the music videos running around with like a fucking giant diaper, and it was just it was creepy as fuck, dude. I remember being a kid and I was like, I don't like this. Like I like Marilyn Manson. I've heard some of his songs before. I'm like, oh, pretty cool, but there was something about the vibe of that song that really fucking just like if they played that shit during medieval times, I think people would have died. I think people would have been too scared to like exist anymore because it was just like one of those.
Yeah.
Because I know there was a lot of like minor chords that were not played and minor scales that were not fucking played because it was like the devil's music. Right. Shit like that would have really
minor
scared
chords.
the fuck out of people. Like they were just like, oh.
I just saw the thumbnail. For episode 225 of you kissing on Walton Goggins.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck?
Because I want to fuck his open hole.
It's good.
In his nose.
Yeah.
But yeah. But I also.
Do you think that would sand your dick into the shape of like a?
It would actually
like a triangle.
Probably. It's probably pretty rough. It would reach his. I wonder if he'd let me do it though. Like he's been alive for so long. He's probably like, this will maybe make me feel something. And he's like, you know what?
Maybe this will help me.
Do anything to me. Do anything.
Maybe there's rads in his semen that'll help me stay alive longer.
Rads.
That's crazy.
That's what they
semen
coming in his nose hole.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
so gross.
Walton gagging, more like. Let's
slagging.
What is that?
All right, Snapple.
What was that quote he said?
What
was that quote he said?
one?
Like something like, "Hey, pendejo, like you have tres seconds, oh," and then he like shoots that guy in the head. What did he say? Remember, there's like a quote. Yeah, there's like a quote. He says something like he uses some Spanish phrase, and he's like, "Pinche pendejo, chupa mi verga way," or something, and then he shoots that guy in the head. Remember, he didn't want to do it.
Snapple owns Yoo-Hoo wrote in. He says, Sween, how annoyed are you with the misconception that Homelander from The Boys would be a real threat to any average DC superhero? Also, is his comic rant going to last more or less than 5 uninterrupted minutes? Go. Take it away. From Snapple owns Yoo-Hoo.
It's like, it's whatever. It's like a thing that people see, you know. People don't read comics, so they don't understand how ridiculous comic characters are in comics. So they see Homelander and like, he's like Superman. He can fly and stuff. And it's like, he's similar to Superman archetypically, but Superman would hit him once and he would die. And that's it. Superman would slap him one good time, he would die.
Comic books generally have like the shonen problem, where like at a certain point, even like your lower level characters are capable of doing so much ridiculous shit that like there's really not a single person that you could probably put like the fucking Riddler against SpongeBob with his Toon Force, and like it's probably going to be close. because it's just ridiculous. Like the shit that these people can do at this point. It feels.
I mean, it depends
crazy.
on where the characters exist in each realm, right? Like there's ranks
and the movies
to,
do this. The movies do this too, by the way. Like sometimes, like when Superman like reversed time by like flying around the world super fast. I was like, okay, yeah, that's how time works. That's that is insane.
I love that. That literally would have killed the world. Like if
it would have killed everybody. Literally,
if you hold the world like that, everything fucking like building stripped from the ground, gone. Everyone goes flying. Like I love that.
Everything's gone.
If you offset the rotation of the planet, everything stops for a moment and goes flying, and then it's just slammed back down. People would pop. It'd be insane. But it's just how it is, man. You know, like I don't know, like people we read we see shit in the MCU all the time about like characters that like MCU Thor and Hulk. Like they're both horrifying creatures, but they're showing it on television, so they can't be as crazy as they normally be. That's why I think that everything that's cool should be resorted to animation, where you can always see how cool they are, not just sometimes. But I think that's my first opinion.
I think because those characters are are capable of so much insanity that like seeing them in live action is inherently uncanny. You know what I mean? It's the same reason why like that Superman like flying in reverse. It's like that works in a cartoon probably, but like in real life where you're just like, wait a minute. when you're a little bit more connected to what's happening, it's like, oh, that's not really how that works. You can't really or Dragon Ball is a great example. Like you can't have Goku fighting Frieza in live action. You can't fucking do it. You can't do it. It would look so stupid. Even like that scene in Dragon Ball Evolution where he's doing the Kamehameha and he flies towards Piccolo. Like you could potentially animate that in a way that looks badass, but like in life, it's so goofy and dumb looking. There's no other way to put it. There's no other word.
Every live action, like anything that has to do with like, even like a Hadouken, like a Shinku Hadouken, where there have been like live action Ryus, even like with like Bat in the Sun or something like that, it just doesn't look nearly as cool as when it's animated. It just doesn't. It's never replicated well because it just... I'm sorry, like everything that goes into the animation, Goku's fucking arms like getting buffer in the veins and like just the swirling mysticism, like you can't really fucking capture that. And it's just like,
it'll always be nerfed in comparison to animation. And and there are some characters that I think work better for it. I think there's a reason why Spider-Man and Batman were like, or Spider-Man and Batman were some of the earliest like true successes. And it's because those are just kind of inherently a little bit more... Like they're more
there's more grounding in a lot of like the locomotion of Spider-Man works very well in live action. I think that is the only like I think his swinging and his crawling work very, very well in live action.
Yeah. I
think those are done very, very, very well. And I think Batman's aesthetic works very well for live action because Batman can exist. Yeah. Like someone like him can truly exist
for a little while before he gets
to a certain extent.
A character, a rich vigilante could do that.
A real Batman would
be exactly Bruce Wayne.
a real Batman could exist for approximately 2.5 weeks, I think. Before like
I think for a little while.
I don't know. I would not give him over a month.
He would get sniped or some shit.
Yeah, a drone would
get
catch
rifled.
Him.
Pretty quickly, somebody would do something crazy.
Yeah.
So, but for me, what bothers me is that live action doesn't really exemplify how quick Spider-Man can move. That's
true,
where it is. Like it does a good job on how he can get from place to place and his crawling, but how fast he is, right? Like the best depiction of his real combat abilities was in Far From Home. When he's fighting all the droids or all those the robots.
Yeah,
that was really good. I was like, that's a very good picture of how Spider-Man moves.
Yeah, it's okay.
But the rest of that movie's piss on ice.
I think the crime of that scene is that it's a really good showcase of Spider-Man's speed and ability, but it's also like shot so boringly. Like that's really like the problem with like a lot of like the modern stuff. It's just like it's not a lot of.
It's like how do you do it? Yeah.
I know, but like even watching. Let me finish this real quick and then to Derek.
Yeah, go ahead.
But like even watching Spider-Man 2 and even watching Spider-Man 2 in the theater, like even just something like when Harry's going crazy and the camera like tilts. It's just like they're playing with the camera. This is fun. This is cool. But like when you have like just CG the whole time, it's kind of. I mean, that sequence with Mysterio is cool, but like, yeah, I don't know. What were you gonna say? Derek?
I guess some people do. Feeding off of that, I feel like some people do miss that. They do miss it, or they go completely in the opposite direction. Where I was just looking at that scene. I guess it was circulating, where there were people celebrating that scene where Captain America takes down that space jet thing or whatever, like a spaceship or a jet. I don't remember what the fuck it was. He just takes it down by himself. And there is probably close to 20 cuts, like jump cuts, in that entire sequence. And it just looked like, what am I fucking watching? And where it's like, there
was
needs
it in
to be
Avengers?
It was in one of the Avenger movies. I don't know which one. I don't remember which one, but he jumps off a motorcycle or some shit, and then he starts like fucking it up with his shield, and then he jumps off it and lands. He sticks the landing, and it's supposed to be like a really cool moment where he takes down like a
when
jet
he
or
fights
something.
on top of the character, it's him and Falcon. I remember that one. Yeah,
it was he just takes down a thing. Like it was, he takes it down by himself, and it's like a really cool moment where it's like, oh, look what he did. But it looked really fucking insane to where I'm like, bro, this is like, it could have been something where the camera's following him instead of it was just cut a bunch of times.
It reminds me.
Yeah.
Do you remember what? Oh my god, was it Elektra or Catwoman?
Oh yeah,
what the fuck was it?
Catwoman. Catwoman. It was definitely Catwoman.
The basketball.
The
basketball scene.
Exactly the same thing. Exactly the same. Just like that. Just like, what are you doing?
Why'd they make her play basketball, bro? I was like, come on. When I saw it the first time, I was like 13. I was like, come on, bro. They made her play basketball.
Right?
Yeah.
She's never played because she's black.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah, they were like, well, hey, listen, you're black, right? We're gonna have you play basketball because that's what you people do, right? That's what you do. So we gotta really show that you're a superhero by showing that you're not just playing basketball. You're playing extra. You're playing basketball +3, man. You're on Legendary.
I didn't know Halle Berry was half white. You know that, right? I didn't know she was half white woman.
Of course.
She looks a little bit darker to where I didn't know for sure.
I thought she was just a black person with like fairer skin.
I would say one of her parents would definitely have to be mixed, just because she's not my skin color, she's not yours. She's a little bit lighter.
Halle Berry
some people are just higher color. That's it. But it's because someone mixed in the family.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
at some point along the line, somebody had to be mixed.
I want to guess she's half white. Same thing with Bob Marley. Bob Marley's half white. I did not know that at all.
Bob Marley, that would shock me. Bob Marley.
I guess I never.
Actually,
I never really paid attention to his skin, like how light he is, but kind of his skin is kind of light, yeah. Because I mean, you think about like Common, you think about certain people, like they're lighter, like they have to. Something had to have gone on, but I get it because it's not like a Drake light. It's not like a. What was that guy?
That's what I mean,
Williams,
right? Like,
or whatever.
Because they're lighter, but they're not like. They're not paired along with like objective like white features. They just have lighter skin tones.
The way that you can tell,
they're not like that.
Yeah, the way that you can tell though, really, is that like if you look, you can't take a photo of Shaq and make him white, and it looks okay. You can't do it. But you take Halle Berry and you make her a white woman, and it looks entirely reasonable. Like that's generally like the rule. Like that would work. Like she looks to me like a very obviously half white person.
I don't think she does to me really, but
I mean,
she does like a mixed race person though. I was just a mixed race person. I wasn't just a white person.
Oh, I gotta.
But I've also met white people that have like
so
one
much
black
like my aunt.
grandparent.
It's crazy. Or like one of my aunts.
I know white people that have one black, like a black grandparent, and I can tell they're part black instantly. I'm like, you're part black, and they're like, yeah, my granddad's black.
How can you tell?
Like, I fucking knew it.
How can you tell? Were they late?
No, you know what they were? They were in fact very early.
Crazy.
And like, you're doing something. Yeah. You're trying. You're up to something, aren't you? What are you doing? What are you doing? Huh?
That's how. Yeah. That's how I know I don't have any. I don't got a black in me.
I can't find a Photoshop picture of Shaq looking white. Am I failing?
I've definitely seen him.
I've
definitely seen him before.
I feel like I'm failing Google or something because it's like it should
look up AI white Shaq. AI white Shaq.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
White Shack.
AI White Shack.
Yeah, I can't find it. He would look so wrong, white man. Like you could just tell. Like it's just, and there are certain people that look totally like Bob Marley. Without the dreads, I feel like you could take that guy's skin and make it white, and it would look probably appropriate. Although that explains why Bob Marley was such a peaceful soul. He was like two warring factions in his body that like triumphed.
No,
he was Jamaican. He should have been so much angrier.
Yeah,
he should
that's
have been so
very
much
true.
angrier.
I
Yeah.
mean,
it makes no sense
if he
that he's Jamaican.
If he wasn't like smoking every 5 seconds, he probably was one of the ones that like never had a break.
He's a Rasta too. He should have been fucking fury. He should have had fury in his blood.
I think he was just high like always, and so he escaped it. Like, he had THC like liquid just like as an IV at all times.
Like a drip. He had like a drip when he was sleeping.
All right.
I feel like if I had a THC drip while I was sleeping, I would die in my sleep. I feel like I would get so calm I would die.
I can't believe I can't find a White Shack. This is insane. Like this
it would
is
be the same
insane.
thing. Like you understand the principle, though, right? Like if you took a picture of Joe Biden and just paint bucketed his skin into a black guy, it would look so fucking wrong.
Why did Willem Dafoe work? Why did Willem Dafoe work so well? Huh?
It didn't.
You know? Do you think
it did for a few seconds?
Kingston. That is, first of all, that is not what happened. That is a deeply edited photograph. That's not just like
of course it is.
You made white. That's not like you took Willem Dafoe and just like changed his skin color. That's like you've edited that deeply. That's what I'm talking about. You can edit anybody into being like whatever the fuck you want, but I mean just like from a sheer skin color change perspective. Like that's how you can generally tell if someone's like half white or not. It's like, oh, you are you work in both ways. Weird. Can you imagine if I was darker than you, but I had the same exact facial features? Can you imagine how confusing that would look?
But yeah, you're weird. You're a weird one, It's just cool.
Yeah.
You're a weird
odd
one.
features, man. Mr.
Right,
Spick.
Mr. Spick.
You look really strange.
I guess I'm gonna have to make my
racial
own image.
chameleon, and you strike me quite strange.
It's like Freddie Mercury. Freddie Mercury related to young Freddie Mercury related to anybody on the planet. He is so racially ambiguous, it's disgusting.
Young Freddie Mercury, yeah.
He's up in the air. He could be anybody's cousin.
He's like 20% white. He's like he could be 20. He's like. Yeah, it's like 50% a bunch of races, and then like the other 50% is like a beaver or like a mole rat or something. Something with big teeth.
Looks like you guys got to go back and play Resident Evil 5, and one of the recurring enemies that's used, one of the models.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Man, the not black guy.
Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
The not black guy. I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
fucking Freddie Mercury, bro.
Do you think they're gonna make a 5 remake?
Not soon.
Isn't it gonna make a 5 remake?
Not soon, but yes. I think they're gonna go to. I think they're gonna go to 1. I think they're gonna go to 1 and like Code Veronica and those things first, and then they're gonna do 5. They're gonna because they want. I think more. I think so. I think they want more time.
They already
to pass.
did 1 though.
I think. Well, they didn't do a complete remake of 1.
They did a remake of 1 on the GameCube.
They did like a cool ass remaster of 1.
No. They did a remaster of 1 like before 2 came out.
It was on like PS3 or something like that. No, this was like a very old. Like,
is it really that old?
Yeah.
No.
That's
I have
the Resident Evil 1 remake was on the GameCube,
and it sucks because
I'm pretty sure.
It sucks because it doesn't suck. It is they stay true to the Capcom, like, when you have to press forward to go forward kind of a thing, if I remember correctly.
Right.
You remember their old button layout, or I forgot what it's called.
Yeah. It was the same basic setup except just better graphics. But like, dude, like that remake is older than the most recent version of. Well, not the most recent version. That remake of that old game is older than Resident Evil 5 is. So like, I think 1 is kind of. The only thing with 1 is like 1's not really robust.
I'm pretty sure
There's
they
not really
did
a lot
one in
to
the
1.
I thought
they
did
one for.
No.
They did one for PS3 and stuff.
No, I'm pretty sure they did one for PS3 or possibly even. I'm pretty sure it was PS3. No. Because I remember. I think I downloaded it on PS3. Let's.
Yeah, but I think. I don't
remember my friend playing it.
That is, I believe that is the GameCube version ported. I think that's the GameCube version ported.
That might be true.
I don't. Yeah, because there's a Resident Evil HD remaster, but like that's not really,
No, because this version right here that I'm looking at is not GameCube. Like, absolutely
Send it to
not.
me.
It's
What is it?
So I can send it to you on El Stimo.
Because the last real like top to bottom remake of Resident Evil 1 was fucking a long time ago, like pre Resident Evil 5 easily.
Like, so when you look,
but
at
maybe
these
there's like a
graphics,
fan project
not...
or something.
No. This you can buy this. You can even buy this on Steam. Like this is definitely not GameCube. Like this, when you look at it, is this would be mind blowing if it was on GameCube. I'd be like, holy shit, look at this. This is like PS3 or possibly even after. Like I'm just trying to see the release on Google, because it says 2015 on here, but that doesn't mean anything to me. I want to see on Google, because when you look at the graphics, you're like, this is definitely. This was newer.
Is Resident Evil HD remastered. This was released on PC in 2015.
Yeah, on PC. So that doesn't mean anything to me. But when was it like? I swear this is PS3. I swear this is PS3.
I really do. I think this is. I don't know. I feel like
just look at the graphics. You know this ain't the GameCube one.
No, I'm seeing it, but like they use pre-rendered graphics. They use pre-rendered as well in this. That's why that was a big thing about the Resident Evil remake at the time. It was like, wow, it looks so fucking good because they're pre-rendering the graphics for a lot of it, and now they're like, I guess, up-resing the normal stuff, because this is a game that already existed before 2015. I'm positive. I just don't know where.
Yeah, I'm thinking it came because if I remember correctly, I remember purchasing it on PS3. Like it was like new. Like, hey, this is a new project that we have. That's what I'm. I obviously have to be misremembering, but
Resident Evil HD remake or remaster release date.
Remaster. Why can I not get a just date? I can't find the date.
March 22nd, 2002.
Yeah, but that's clearly not the same thing.
I'm telling you, this is what it is.
So look at January 15th. It said so on even on the Resident Evil wiki, the remastered for PS4, Xbox One, and PC actually did come out in 2015. Which
but that's a remaster
wrong.
for those systems. It's like it's the same game. It's not a different game. What I'm saying is like it's a port of the original.
It's not a port though.
I promise you it is.
If it's a port, dude, when have you seen something go for PS2 to having this type of graphics from an HD remaster alone? Just super, like, look at what they just did with the Tomb Raider games, for example. Like, that would be a complete 100% overhaul, almost as if it was a fucking remake itself. Like, I'm just saying, when have you seen something be ported from that and look this good? I'm saying that there's more TLC into it.
Here's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that they didn't do anything. What I'm saying is they did a remake and it looked really good on the GameCube. I remember that being like a big thing. And like, this is a really souped up version of Resident Evil 1 that looks really great on the GameCube. Obviously, on the original hardware, it looks a lot shittier. But what they did was they just up-resed the assets to the point where it's like, okay, well now it's like, okay, it's the same exact game. It's just in 4K now. That's what they did. That's what this is. I'm telling you.
Dude,
all right, I mean, look, man. I could be. I don't know for sure, but I feel really confident based on like my osmosis through like Colin and like all of this stuff about Resident Evil that like there was never a Resident Evil 1 remake for the PS3 solely. It was always a port of like an older version. I could be wrong. The comments will let us know, because I'm sure there's probably like some Resident Evil heads in the comments, because I genuinely don't know. I could be wrong entirely, but my gut is telling me that this is an up-res 4K remaster of a game that already existed on the GameCube.
If I'll just say this, if that indeed is what it is, then that is the best remaster I've ever seen out of anything ever and everything. Because, like, say, why not do that for? Why didn't they do it for? Say, for example, there is a Dreamcast version of Resident Evil 2 that looks infinitely better than obviously the one that came out on PlayStation. Now, why not just take that and then put that on PS4, and all of a sudden it looks like, oh, this looks like actual PS4 graphics. Like this, because that's basically what, when you look at this doesn't just look like an up-res 4K, like There's no fucking, you know how like
it doesn't look.
Even
it
in
doesn't look like
GameCube,
PS4 though.
It looks like PS3. It looks like PS3 is what I meant to say. But like it doesn't look like whenever you take any old game and you just you upscale it, there still has all the sharp corners and stuff. It still looks like it's very dated. And when you look at this, I'm like, this doesn't look.
It's definitely enhanced in some sort of way.
I think it's literally because again, I think they pre-rendered the backgrounds again, which allowed them to make a lot higher quality models for the time than was usually allowed. Like I could be totally fucking wrong. I'm not like a scientist on like Resident Evil. I don't even know Resident Evil that well. But I feel
look at these motherfuckers.
There's something in my head.
It looks exactly the same as Resident Evil 5. Like the graphics look like Resident Evil 5 when you just look at this shit, and I'm like, bro, they've had to have done more work than just upscaling.
Right, but I'll put it this way: they probably did more work. But it's not Resident Evil 2 level. You know what I mean? It's not that level of like
it's not like a complete. It's definitely not. It's because like you're saying, it has the same kind of layout. I was playing it and I got frustrated. I was playing it. I think I was playing last year or something. I think I was just playing it because I was like, oh, I want to play. So yeah, I last played it in almost a year ago, and I got upset because I ran into a trap where you take something off of this statue and then this like spike shit starts coming up to squish you. And I just turned the game off of that because I was like, fuck this game. I was like, I forgot. Sometimes I forget how puzzle heavy the older Resident Evil games were compared to like how they modernized it, where it's not as annoying. And it's half puzzle. And I was like, I just want to shoot stuff. I want to kill zombies. And
I hate the puzzles in Resident Evil 5 and shit.
Okay, so
they were so annoying.
They're so stupid.
It's actually a great,
so long-winded.
Yeah,
I found a great example.
What you got?
Where like, okay, so here's gameplay. Granted, it's a video from 10 years ago. Resident Evil Remake, the GameCube. This is like from the original GameCube version, like and captured for YouTube, obviously with some compression, but you can kind of see like the resolution's bad for sure, and they definitely like souped it up. They definitely like probably like replaced the models and stuff, but it looks really fucking good for 2002, man. Like that's crazy, actually. Because games looked like fucking garbo back then. If you skim through it, you can kind of see.
Yeah, this is how I felt when if you looked at. Okay, that's fair. So maybe. No, that's fair.
Yeah, there's even reflections. There's even like reflections on the floor, like that look like ray tracing, but it can't be. It's just all pre-rendered. So like I don't know. I could be wrong. We gotta wait for the audience to chime in because I'm genuinely confused now.
I'm more on your side where I'm looking at this and I'm like, hey, I can believe that they just massively overhauled the graphics and it looks, because it doesn't look that bad actually. So it probably is, because I mean it does say
blurry
it's just
for
an
sure
HD
with
remaster.
Compression, but
it does say it's an HD remaster. It doesn't say it's remade, so I could just be totally wrong, and I'm just really fucking impressed. I'm just really impressed with like how they, because the way that I looked at it, I was like, oh, they just remade the same game, but like with just better shit, like better graphics. Like this shouldn't take long, but no, it probably was just a massive overhaul in the way that I have seen some Skyrim shit that looks really fucking impressive, right, compared to how it actually looks.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's crazy.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Some of the overhauls are nuts. For
I put on an
like,
AK overhaul when I had a shit graphics card, and I remember passing by a fucking waterfall, and I was just like, "Oh, it's over." It's over.
Dude, I tried to play when I was home.
Your computer sounded like a fucking jet.
When I was home in New York for the live show, I tried to play Helldivers on my old PC with some friends of mine. I was like, "Yeah, let's play some Helldivers," and it was running at like 5 frames a second on lowest settings. And I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And I forgot that I didn't put my old graphics card away. I just kind of put it in the computer because, like, why would I put it? Like, I need a graphics card in this computer on some capacity. I'm just going to store it in the computer where I could use it. It's a GTX 980 trying to run. Oh
my god,
Helldivers
9? Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I was like, oh,
Jesus
whoops.
Christ.
I'm so sorry. You poor little graphics
I've been trying
card.
to push my video games to the limits on this computer, and it doesn't work. Everything is just like, oh, it runs fine.
Well, yeah.
I
with the amount of what you described to me and like the amount of money invested, it should run everything in existence right now smoothly. And if it doesn't, you wasted your money.
Bro, I run Baldur's Gate 3 at its best settings. Damn near trying to overclock the game and it makes no noise. And I'm like, fuck, dude.
I stopped investing.
I don't think anything else is gonna get past that, really.
Yeah.
I just Crisis 4 probably.
I don't care. Like, because to me,
4 will probably be crazy.
We're approaching a point in time with video games where it's like everything looks good enough to me, not at 4K.
I'm fine.
Like at 1440, it looks great to me, and I'm just like, give me more frames. Like, I'll play something at 1080p with good frames. You know what I mean? Like, I could give a fuck less. Really?
Yeah.
120 at 1440 is perfect. That's like perfection.
Yeah.
That is as good as anything ever needs to be, really.
Yeah, no, I feel you. That's why, like, when I upgraded my card, I didn't upgrade it to something insane. I'm going to do one more, and then I'll stop for a very long time because I'm already, like, I was such a console gamer for so fucking long that I didn't need, like, it was like, say, okay, I remember playing Xbox One and being at my friend's house with his PC and seeing the difference was pretty insane. Like, he was playing Shadow of Mordor. And I was playing Shadow of Mordor on my Xbox One. He was playing it. I was like, oh yeah, this is hilarious. I could see the fucking difference. But once I pretty much got to his level, I was like, I'm okay. Like I'm now like triple that since that year, and I'm like, I'm kind of good. I'm all right. I really, it's really now about performance more than anything. It's like, all right, let's get these frames nice and smoothed out and do some. I was playing Dragon Age Inquisition. The fucking cutscenes are so hard to watch because it's like 30 frames and it's weird. I don't remember it being 30 frames when I was.
It's a rough game. It's a rough game to watch.
I can't do 30 no more, dude.
30 is
weird. I'm like
30's my eyes.
Yeah, I tried to use a mod to get a 60. It didn't work. It pissed me off because I was like,
I would rather play.
It's weird, dude.
I would rather play a game at 1080 at the highest frame rate possible than 4K at 30 easily.
Right.
Like, 30 is so gross to me.
My PlayStation is automatically set to put everything on performance mode immediately.
Yeah, mine too. I was just like, I'm not doing what the fuck.
Automatically. I don't care. I don't give a fuck about that shit.
Yeah.
Anyway,
for sure.
Let's try and get on to some of these. We got two more that we can
let's do it.
Take our time with or run through, whatever. Bo Jiden wrote in. He says, greetings, boys. I have a question that will challenge both your historical and combat knowledge. If every American president got into a battle royale, fight to the death, no items, that's important, who would win and why? Well, certainly not Joe Biden. Certainly not Jimmy Carter.
Every president. You mean every president? Like, are we talking about every
president?
No, so we're talking about every president at the time while they're president. Let's clarify that first and foremost.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Because a lot of them are already dead. So that'd be a really unfair thing to do.
That's fair. Okay, so during the time...
have to choose them at the pre-time they're president.
As they're elected, basically. Like, when they're swearing themselves into office, who would win in a battle royale?
Abe is picking up at least 2 of them and eating them.
No, Abe ain't lasting long, I don't think.
I think Abe was...
I think his bones were brittle.
He had brittle bones?
I think he was
like a Wendigo almost.
Yeah. You just kick him and then he'll fall immediately.
He's like an AT-AT. You know? Where you just like, he's so tall that you can just trip him.
I think Obama's lasting a long time, man. I think Obama might take it.
Obama might. I don't know, actually, because Obama is like a... What?
Who do you think was in better physical shape as a president than Barack Obama, actually?
Probably a lot of the earlier ones.
I think
maybe so.
I think physical shape there. I think you're considering their physical shape at that time. That's why.
No, I'm considering now. So to me, how I'm thinking about it is, I'm immediately writing off every president after the 50s because they're like, in comparison, like they're just like, they're soft, like they're pacified by like the comforts of modernity, like they're not out there. Like, there's no George Washington among presidents after 50 who are like in the woods fucking ripping the heads off of British people. You know what I mean? Like with their fucking wooden teeth and their lead-poisoned brain.
I think George Washington would be terrified by Barack Obama's Negro physique.
I don't think so. I think he would fly into a
Negro
rage.
physique would be like, what the fuck?
I think George Washington would fly into a rage.
Where they were. We gotta keep them where they were. We gotta enslave them. They moved too quick.
George Washington is lasting pretty long. I don't know if George Washington would take it, but I think he would last pretty long. I think he's lasting.
I don't think he lasts very long. I think those are people. Those are then people. I think that's the thing. Is like people then were more willing to kill, but I don't think they were physically in better physical form.
That's better though. That's better. Yeah, they survived everything.
Like that's
true, but I'm at like
they didn't have any of the amenities we have, man.
They're survivalists in a way that Obama is not.
That is true. I think of it like this, right? Like think of it like this, Chris. Our Taino ancestors are probably way more lethal than us, but I could probably pick one up and fucking fling one. Like throw them like a rock.
The lethality is the point.
They could kill me. They could kill me because they're more capable of killing. Like they're more murderous. They're more feral. But if it was a contest of strength, I would.
It's not a contest of strength. What do you not know about battle royale? It's a contest of lethality.
I'm saying if there was a contest of strength between the two.
Well, we're not talking about that. We're talking about a contest of lethality. What are you talking about?
Because think like this, like
we might as well get into an argument about which one will we might as well get into an argument about which one can play the drums better.
Whose dick is
bigger? Like think about this, right? Like George Washington runs up to Barack Obama with an axe, right? Tries to grab the axe from him. Barack Obama grabs George Washington's arm while he's bringing the axe down, and then may outpower him. I think he may just outpower him. I think he might.
That is so crazy. Do you know how tall George Washington is? And how lead poisoned he is? Obama.
I think he was taller than Barack Obama. He was?
He's a fucking ghoul, dude.
Was he that? Was he really another ghoul too? Was he one of those like crazy tall ones as well?
He was
I thought he was like a regular height person.
He's got like he's got like rads all in him, so he's like fucking. He probably really feral. I think that's how he got the shit done. George
Washington was 6'2".
Wasn't he one of those guys?
Shit, he was.
Yeah. Pretty much, if you were tall back in the day,
I thought he was tiny. I'm wrong then.
You were going to be a leader. If you were tall back in the day, you were a leader. That's just how it worked.
Yeah,
bigger,
so they're
stronger.
The same. They're the same height, I would say, but like,
no combat experience. I don't know, man. Watching
he's literally
was a
veteran.
G. I think he pulled his cock out.
You know who might win?
While it was freezing cold.
They were tough already. Reagan proved he was tough already. Like actually, he proved he was a tough motherfucker.
Reagan got shot. He was doughy. He was doughy. He got shot.
No, man. Well, when he first became president, he wasn't a bitch. He was kind of still.
He was a fucking actor.
Kind of still stoic.
He was always a bitch. He was just an actor.
Yeah, he's an actor. Yeah, I'm not.
He was Reagan, an actor. Was he in war?
Look, I'm gonna give it to no. He wasn't.
He wasn't in war, right?
If he was, then I just don't know. I guess I just don't care enough about knowing that.
I feel like can I say something?
I don't want to give him any kind of credit.
I don't know how controversial this will be, but I think Teddy Roosevelt's probably. I think Teddy Roosevelt's probably last until the last at least 3.
Teddy?
Yeah, definitely.
He ain't going out early.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, Teddy's been about the shit already. He already proved he was about the shit. Didn't he steal a bear and make it his like homie?
He's a beastmaster. We're sick of
sure, yeah, of course he did. Yeah, Teddy.
No,
Roosevelt
like I thought some bullshit like that actually. Like it's probably far fetched. He did everything. Far fetched bullshit.
He did everything. He's awesome.
But then he like, all right, you're my friend now, bear.
I'm gonna say, look, I'm gonna give Taft if there's no weapons or anything. I think Taft, because I think he was fat as shit, if I remember correctly. I think he was the one.
Yeah, he was.
My memory sucks so bad that I think he's the one that started the 7th inning stretch in baseball, because he would have to stand up after a while, and when the president stands up, everybody has to stand up. So he would have to sit because his ass would go numb, if I remember correctly. So he's like a big motherfucker that would be hard to take down. So I would give him a larger chance to like at least survive in the later rounds because he just has a lot of meat. But as far as savagery goes, I'm probably going to give it to Ulysses S. Grant, because I think he was just like a drunken fucking maniac that would probably tear a lot of people apart. You know,
he would last pretty long. I think. Like
I think he would be. I would give it to him. Like if we're gonna like talk about all the presidents, I feel confident that, because like you got to be a savage to like be able to just deal with these deviant fucking Southerners. Just keep coming and fighting so hard for slavery, and you're like, God damn. These motherfuckers are. I gotta
really want to keep them. They really want to keep them. God damn.
Like maybe I should.
Jesus shit.
Am I on the wrong side? He's like, what?
Would you think that? Could you imagine thinking that? Like, these motherfuckers are fighting so hard. Like
maybe there's.
Should we just let them stay slaves?
That's so wild, dude. That is.
They're putting their balls to the wall right now. Goddamn.
They're fighting so hard for something that's not even benefiting most of them. Most of them do not have slaves at all. they're
fighting so
hard for them.
I think now. So interesting question. Who do you think is the first one dead?
First one dead?
Trump.
No, I don't think
Trump would talk
shit
and someone. Trump would talk shit and someone would murder him. He would talk. That's what he does. He can't help it. He would open his mouth. He would say some fuck shit, and then Washington would slap the top of his head off.
I don't think he would last long. I think he's out in the first 10 people for sure. But I don't know if he's the first one. I think.
He gets beaten pretty bad. He'll probably cower. He'll probably turtle up. He'll shell up for a while, so he'll last a little bit longer because he shells up. Because he's gonna get slapped. Someone's gonna slap him, right?
He's getting beat up on, but he survives technically longer.
He'll shit his pants. He'll be
survives longer than some other people.
So gay, I hate you. Yeah. No, I think
he'd go into it. All of you presidents are worse than me. I'm the best. You guys are all terrible.
It's a tie.
And Grant would pick up a fucking spire of rock and throw at him and kill him.
So let me. Am I wrong? Maybe one of you can fact check this for me. But did FDR have polio when he was elected? Was he
don't
know that did the whole time?
I don't know that fact.
I'm not sure.
Let's see.
Yeah, or if it happened later. I don't know.
Is when elected.
If he has polio, he's one of the first people gone. He's my favorite president probably, but no shot he's lasting long if he's a polio riddled fucking freak.
I think he had it. Yeah, I think he had it while he was elected.
All right, so he's one of the first. It's between FDR, Jimmy Carter, and Warren G. Harding. I think those are the three people who are probably going to die first. I think.
Yeah,
because Jimmy Carter is too nice. FDR dies. Jimmy Carter's too nice.
Jimmy was the last good human being to be a president, really, or probably the only really good person to become a president. And they were like, "You're too soft."
Yeah, he just doesn't. He doesn't have it in him to survive a battle royale.
He's my favorite president, though. It makes me sad.
Yeah, FDR. But I do think he'll get boxed to death. He can't run away or nothing. But he can run some people over, though, at least. He probably run.
Yeah, he probably
got strong arms, though.
Yeah,
some strong arms, though.
But his center of gravity is probably fucked.
If he gets your throat, it's over.
Yeah, but no one's letting that happen. That's kind of the, it's he's not winning. Warren G. Harding, I think, is funny because he's famously he's the one who wrote.
Wasn't he the one that quit?
I think a couple. Yeah, he was. Well, he's the one who died in a train. He died on a train eating. I think he ate bad lobster or something. But he wrote somewhere. It's a famous thing that he wrote. He said. I think it was after the first couple days in office, he wrote on a piece of paper that they found, I guess later. It says, "I am not fit for this office and never should have been here."
Yeah.
So he's out. He's complete. He's out. He's out immediately. He has no self confidence. He cannot carry himself through a battle royale.
Can't even eat a lobster. It's fucked.
Yeah, he got done in by a fucking lobster. That's so stupid. But yeah, I think that's probably.
What if they gave him a more noble death and they said that it was lobster poisoning, but an actual lobster just clawed him to death? What if
imagine getting killed by a lobster? He was
He was gonna boil the lobster, and the lobster actually fought back and won. It clawed him. It pinched him. He fucking he fell over. The boiling water actually got on him, and then the lobster finished him off.
He was so fucking feeble that a lobster with a normal lobster. Nothing special about it. Was able to get the upper hand of him in combat and murder him.
That's bananas.
They're like, we'll just say it was lobster poisoning. This is too embarrassing. This is way too embarrassing.
I love the idea. I love that idea of him just in the kitchen being like, well, I'm going to make I don't know what he sounds like. He's a fucking I don't even know how long ago. But he's like, oh, I'm going to cook myself up a lobster. And then he... What even happens? He goes to put it in, and then the zip ties around the lobster snap, and then he it reaches behind it and flips him into the pot.
That's so fucking stupid. I think my scenario is a little more believable. Where he, like the lobster
he gets
bites
boiled
him,
alive. He gets cooked alive.
He
because a
slips.
lobster Mickey Moused him.
That is so crazy.
President,
the lobster fucking
President
judo
Warren
throws
G.
him.
Harding.
Judo flips him into the fucking pot where his head is just in it. Only his head's on the pot and he's sticking out of it. He's boiling to death. That's
and he
amazing.
can't figure out how to get out of it. It's like in Kung Pao when he can't figure out how to get out of the tiny net. He's like, my head's in the my head's in the pot. I can't figure it out. he just can't pull his head out.
That's where That's where Kung Pao got it from. They got it from the real history, the true history of Warren G.
From the
Harding's
real history
death.
of the death of. I love that idea. So I really like the idea of him reaching to put the lobster in and then it flipping him over it and into the pot. It's like what the newspaper is going to be like. President Warren G. Harding
tosses him over, and it's like, what the fuck do I do?
Warren G. Harding found boiled to death.
Found beaten and boiled, bloody.
Lobster in jail for questioning.
Yeah, next to a gloating, some witnesses say giggling lobster.
Yeah, it's just emoting. It's just fucking like celebrating that it just fucking did it. And then
doing like that Fortnite.
It's doing the Fortnite basic dance.
Doing it. Just fucking. He's just. And then they fucking. They put him in prison. They I think they still had the electric chair around that time, right?
They definitely have a crude version of it. They probably just sit you in a chair and wait for lightning to strike.
A bunch of batteries. They probably put you on They probably put you in a chair made of a bunch of batteries, and the room's full of outlets, and they dash water on you until you get electrocuted from everything.
Wait, Kingston, why would they have batteries and not the electric chair?
They haven't figured out to make the chair electric yet. They got batteries though.
Right.
They got a ton. I don't know.
You could.
We're in a world where a lobster just freaking ropey dope someone into a fucking pan.
That is true. I don't know why I'm harping on the logic.
A fucking lobster, a Japanese lobster that learned judo, and it made it to the shores of America and got unlucky until it struck. It found the right time to strike.
He couldn't get out of nets. He couldn't get out of anything, but he could judo flick the fuck out of somebody, bro.
The sheer density, the density of that lobster must be insane. To be able to like flip another person over itself while remaining basically in the same spot. Like I'm almost imagining it like the lobster is the hinge and Warren G. Harding is the pendulum. Like the lobster almost doesn't move. It is suspended in midair as it flips.
So there's no momentum at all. It's just fucking
no.
That is an incredible lobster. I'm glad that we discovered this death that was lost to history. I'm glad that we brought it to our listeners.
It's sad that so many people don't know about it. And what's even crazier is that lobster was later released on parole. I think recently, like in 2023. I think he's out on he was out on parole. So yeah,
do lobsters live for a long time?
Lobsters live for at least
5 years, right?
A couple hundred years.
Lobster lifespan.
I think they're the oldest animals on the planet.
They live for about 100 years.
When is Warren G. Harding? I don't actually remember what president he was. It might be too late.
I don't fucking know either. He's just in the middle of all the ones I don't give a fuck about.
Years in office. 1923.
140 years.
1923. Yeah. So it's literally 100 years.
It's literally possible that lobster is chilling and is.
They sent that lobster. It was a baby at the time when it killed him, and then it's been in prison for the last century, and it's about to be released with only 1 year left in its lifespan. And there's photos of him on like the beach in Tuscany. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, what's cool? Kim Kardashian in her new crusade of getting people out of prison who were wrongfully, convicted.
That was the first.
she actually got him out. And there's a nice series on Spotify that I listened to about it. It's really good. And the lobster did an interview. You know, it was, you know, I didn't really understand. I think it does Morse code because it just like does the little claw things.
Yeah.
So it was kind of, I don't really understand what was happening.
I think he tried to crack a couple jokes because like there was a point where like the interviewer laughed, but like I just didn't get it because I don't speak the click language of the lobster. But it's a really everybody really look up that interview if you want, because it's a really fucking fascinating interview. Like, because there are subtitles even though it's audio only, and they go into some really in depth discussions about like he goes into like because he goes into how he does it, like the lobster went into how he flipped him over into the pot of boiling water. He goes over what life was like for a lobster in prison. They had to build like a special cell for him because he was too like he could just walk through the bars. It's a pretty wild story, and for like 100 years and what's crazy about it is he's completely unaware of like all the technology that has happened in the last like 100 years. So he's like there's like a video of him like walking out of the courthourse and people are like taking photos of him and he's freaking the fuck out. He's tweaking, dude. Like he doesn't know what the fuck is going on. He's like what you know?
Yeah, he's like afraid. He sees cars and stuff. He's trying to cross the street and the cars are freaking him out, and then he eventually gets a job at a grocery store, and you know his like hands are hurting and stuff. He's bagging. He's asking the boss like, "Hey, can I go to the bathroom?" And he was like, "For the last time, you don't need to ask to go to the bathroom." And he's like, "Okay." And it shows him back in his apartment. He's like, "Man, life's really hard." So he's carved something in there, and he's like, "You know, you got to get busy living and get busy dying." Then he hangs himself.
It was really nice of Kim Kardashian to set him up with that apartment, by the way. Like, because there's like, he's so not fit.
Fucking ridiculous.
He's so not fit for the work environment now. He's been out of the public consciousness for like 100 years. Like, so much has changed. I bet he probably got his first like minimum wage check and thought he was fucking loaded. Because he's like, oh my god, $7 like whatever it is, like $15 an hour. Oh my god, I'm gonna be rich in moments. But like, yeah, it's not how it is anymore. Anyway. Yeah, anyway. Thank you for asking the question. I don't know if we determined who would win, but I think we narrowed the conversation down to interesting enough.
I'll give it a Grant. I'll give it a Grant just because. Yeah, I think
I'm leaning towards Roosevelt, but I would give it to Grant too. Probably. There's something about that guy that like seems unhinged enough that he would have no problem just doing away with most people. And the last question. What the fuck was that? May thy load drip and splatter. He wrote in, he says, probably a question just for Chris and Derek, but have you guys ever thought about using AI for some of the gay song covers? Of course, I'd rather hear you guys do the work, but it's also funny to almost hear the exact actual singer singing the gay lyrics. I
haven't. There was only one time I thought about doing it. It was because I've been putting a bunch of them on Instagram, and it was for the AC/DC cover because
that's a hard one to do.
His voice, Brian Johnson sounds like a fucking bird, and like it was really hard to do. I did it as well as I could, and it was still bad because it's just I can't do it. it's fucking. He has a very unique voice in a way that I'm like, wow. I just don't know. I can't get my throat to emulate that. And so I thought about using AI for it. I was looking through the best thing to do, but as I was kind of doing research, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? This is stupid. Like who cares? Yeah. Like it's a stupid bullshit joke. Who cares?
I think part of it's almost funnier if it's not exact. I don't know. Like if we just did Radioactive, but we just used like the original guy. Like I don't know if that would have been nearly as funny. As it ended up being.
It wouldn't have. It probably would have been like impressive, and like in the same vein as Mr. Krabs doing a Billie Jean is. To me, it's not funny. It's awesome. Like it's like I was like, dude, this is really good, and I'm not laughing really. I probably laughed for the first 30 seconds, and then after I'm just like, man, this is really fucking good.
I feel the way about these things that I feel like. Do you guys remember Diddy? That app where you,
I remember
like,
Diddy.
You could type in.
Oh my god.
I still got some of them on my phone.
Saved in my save things. We just put the N-word a bunch, and I have that shit saved.
It's still on my phone.
I have that shit saved on my phone.
I want to share it often, but I'm like, I can't.
I'm really sad that I didn't say, like, because I made some really funny ones that, like, cracked me up for, like, weeks. And then, like, my phone...
We made some good ones, Chris.
Yeah, I was so happy with it. And then, like, my phone... I never really back up things from my old phone, really. Like, I just don't... I don't know. It's I like to start fresh whenever I have the opportunity to. So, like, I only really select really specific things. Like, oh, these are photos of my friends or my family or, like, moments that I specifically care about. But all that meme shit just kind of went away. And I'm like, oh, man, I really wish I had saved some of those, because some of those were bangers, man. And I'm sure I posted some of them on Twitter, but, like, I don't even know how to find those at this point because it's so many years ago and I'd have to scroll through so much. I don't remember the time frame. I don't even remember the month of the year.
If you can remember keywords in the caption, that's your closest bet of finding something.
Well, that's the thing. I don't even think I put captions on it. I think I just tweeted them without context. Yeah. So,
well, yeah, there you go.
But yeah, no, I've never considered it.
Though.
It was.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do it. Some people, it was weird. Some people thought on Instagram it was AI that I was using, and I'm like, are you stupid? Like it's clearly not the artist. Like I don't know. I feel like
it would be such a terrible AI too if it was.
I don't know. It's some people are just too. Some people are too stupid, and then I get disillusioned with reality, I guess, because I'm like, dude, this isn't. It should be impossible to be this stupid. It should be impossible, and then it's not.
It's not impossible. Nothing's impossible.
But
nothing's really impossible with faith in the Lord, bro. Nothing's impossible.
That's true. He can be as stupid
with
as you want to be.
With strength and prayer, bro. Nothing's impossible.
With strength and prayer, you too can get Jesus to kill Peter Parker. Let's get on with the end.
Please, Jesus.
The end of the show. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. Remember,
I'm gonna go celebrate my birthday. Yay! I'm gonna go. I don't know. Hang out with a family and get dinner. I really don't want to do it. I really just want to chill.
I'm gonna go suck a dick in your honor.
No, we're doing. I'm nothing with my friends. I just don't have time to do with my friends. We still have to pack. We're going to get dinner with the family. They're going to be late like 2 hours because that's how Mexicans are. And then then I'm just gonna come home packing and get ready to leave like early as fuck in the morning. But I'm going to the zoo tomorrow. I'm going to the San Diego Zoo tomorrow. I'm really excited about that.
You're gonna watch all these tortured animals? That's cool, man.
Zoos are, in fact, not only for torturing animals; it's for keeping them alive sometimes too.
Yeah,
a little torture, a little life ain't bad, bro.
You're keeping the
a little torture, a little life ain't bad, bro. You feel me?
Fair enough. Yeah.
You can't get everything you want, you know.
Actually,
you gotta stay alive, panda. Was they a live panda? You're going to have to let us throw shit at you sometimes. Sorry, Mr. Panda. Got to make a fucking choice.
Fair enough, man. Yeah, there you go. I got nothing to say to that. I have no rebuttal.
All right, guys.
All right.
Get the fuck
Count
out
me
of
down,
here.
Chris.
Oh, you want to do it?
No, I'm not doing that shit again. That's just fucking murder.
What?
Well, I don't know. You did offer, so. Happy birthday.
I'll count you down.
All right, yeah, count me down.
Do you want to do it, Derek?
Nobody wants to do this. That's a bad question.
No, I mean, I don't. Next time when I don't have my sunglasses on, I'll do it.
Gotcha. All right, I'll do it. I'll do it.
3,
let's go.
2, 1.
Evil Method Man be like, we're pixies. I did not know she was 16. Fred Flintstone in blackface screams, I yabba dabba didn't do nothing. The Home Depot day laborers who touched my son. The owner of Derek's foreskin. Miguel O'Hara's trans mask pussy. Lily drinking piss is so disrespectful to her character. to her character. Imagine Jurgen's Turian pussy in This Life or the Next. I siphoned every last drop of piss from Sween's shriveled boy balls just to chuck it in front of Lily and make her jealous. It's a prank, bro. As he places semen in his penis. That's wild.
What?
Wipe me down because I'm covered in cum. Lil Boozy. Jack, the world's fastest Maori. Bethesda Fallout is OG Fallout. What the Bethesda Fallout is OG is two OG Fallout. What the Halo show is to the OG Halo trilogy. I would disagree. My boyfriend sprayed me with the shower handle attachment, so I called him Chris Watergun. He later topped me. Well, God bless.
Wow.
Oh,
that's it's okay.
Oh,
good for
goodness.
you.
Yeah, congrats, man.
That is
I wasn't expecting that turn.
It's like, whoa.
I don't know how to. What does that mean? What is the implication here?
He's definitely skipping parts. There's definitely parts he skipped.
Yeah, he kind of just went
skipping parts.
Yeah, because the implication
the entire
is that
journey.
Because the implication is that the reason this happened is you called him a joke version of my name.
Chris Watergun is just strange. He just Kirby's to his dick and starts sucking it.
Immediately anyway. Tops. That's.
I love war, Charlie. I love war. Cool. Big meaty stinks. Andy the man whose handies are S tier and dandy. Sticking out my yacht for the Rizzler. If Derek was tall and light skinned, he would look like a Goron. Heath Smoker. Charlie Sheen joining the Mujahideen. Bending over Tom Sween and inserting his peen on Halloween. Chris Ray Camaldongado.
Does my piss look weird?
I don't know. That looks kind of strange, yeah. Tariq Nasheed's secret white gay lover. Smormu. Homeless trans femme who comes. Drake raped Kendrick. Also, Derek is a sex monk. Petition for a Waffle House stage in Tekken 8. That would go hard. That'd be sick.
Dude, I saw somebody do that in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
it was cool.
It's such a good idea.
Yeah.
It's so smart. I sneeze one big cube of solid matter on the daily. All right. My queer spear be gaping men's balloon knots like a child stuck at a birthday party. One of my lecturers got cucked by the lead singer of the Pixies. Gay OT Genesis be like, I'm in love with a homo. SpongeBob Piss Pants, Mr. Pants, Chris Bitchnato and Sween Blackman. How do you feel about Into the Light and Final Shape? Baller the First Sin, Spum Befudders. What if instead of I Love Lucy, the show was I Love Pussy and it was about me? Well, unfortunately for you, I'm already in talks to start this show, so you can't have it. Jolly old dipshit.
Pussy is hilarious.
Captain of the Starship Enterprise, Lujan Pacan. I don't get that one. Patrick, hit him with that autistic flow. Black Steve Miller be like, I'm a picker. Oh man, I'm a picker. I'm a grinner. I'm a lover. I'm a yeah.
I get it.
You can figure it out. yeah. God damn. May the load dry up and may thy load drip and splatter. Cyphergraph. Fiberglass fleshlight prank. Oh my god. That is crazy.
Oh, that's so mean.
That is beyond. That's fucking demonic. That is
really
a fucking. That is. Ooh, man, villainous. Ayo, Philly looking way better than New York right now. Gay Butcher Pete be like, he's whacking and jacking and packing. So dumb. Hunter Dubois hosing the homeless with dirty brown water. Given top to my fortified penis, fat nerds, blowing hot, monstrously thick bombs, lash car. My dick takes 4 sharp lefts, NASCAR. Lily's asparagus binging piss dealer. The back to tank of piss. Caucasian container the Cracker Barrel for gays. Disgruntled. Donald Trump burping on Dom's clit. Super Earth is just regular Earth without Israel. Max silhouette. 2 cheers to the bestie for coming out of the closet. Hip hop, you're gay. Hip nice. You're gay. So dumb.
Congrats.
She pipkin on my pippa. Possum, Rosa Milano. We are rebranding the Snark tank as the Spank tank. Maybe slightly above average clit energy. It's okay, Hunter. You can say it. We won't tell. Just the hard R. Star Coffee ripped the digital hookah. Now I'm getting molested on the set of Embryonic Sheldon. Taylor Swift is the most overrated artist alive. This album sucks. Yes, it's pretty
Her
bad.
album is awful, bro. It's awful, dude.
Even as somebody who doesn't like I don't hate
that.
Taylor Swift really. I don't hate Taylor Swift really, but like I always try to like I don't know. I give it a chance. I give all music a chance generally. Like if I hear about it, it's like I'll listen to that album. It's bad even by that standard. Like it's rough.
I think I have always thought she's relatively unremarkable, and I think that's why I have a really serious problem with female singers that are unremarkable.
Cut it. That's it. That's where it ends.
They get praised. Like I get really butthurt about it because I think some of the greatest. I think most of the best singers ever are women. I think there are so many fantastic.
Well, their
Lena
range
Horne,
is better. They just have a better.
Well, they're capable of having better range. That's just how it is. Duh. But like Lena Horne, freaking Donna Summers.
All right, nigga, we don't have to go on this whole diatribe.
But like no, but yeah, I love all of them, right? And then like there's people that like this person's a great singer, and I'm like, where are they great singers? Like Adele, though she makes boring music, she's a fantastic singer.
She's great.
My
but
son
she's
finds
not
the wastes of Ohio by going homeless to pay you fucks, and this is now his memorial. Rip John.
She's not Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift's a dumb bitch.
She's mid. She's frighteningly
exposing
mid.
people with lactose intolerance to 90 million rounds of ionizing radiation. Yush Wormst, Craig the Canadian,
crazy dog.
Yeah, we gotta be careful.
Craig the Canadian.
Chris got threatened.
Yeah, whatever. That's fine. Whatever. I don't care. What do I got?
Saying that now they show up.
Whatever. Take
show up and they fucking take you.
Whatever. I got nobody at home. Craig the Canadian.
Giving up.
My favorite part of the Snark Tank is the credits. You should start the show by reading them. No. It's your boy Shawnee D, friendly neighborhood sex offender. If I won $100 million, I'd pay Hans Zimmer to write $20 million to write a score all about my fat cock and golden cum. This is why you do not have $100 million, by the way.
Yeah.
3XO and the boundless nostalgia resulting from the sight of old Game Informer covers. The homeless cat that Shane Dawson impregnated. Slurping, stroking, smoking, joking. Emoticons going like this. Drip MH, Lord of Homeless Drip. Sylvester Stallone spitting piss into Lily's mouth like a mother bird feeding her babies. Oh my God, that's heinous. The idea of Sylvester Stallone baby birding piss into anyone's mouth at all is fucking wild. That's how he feeds his kids.
Lily, come here, Lily.
It comes out his fucking nostrils hard.
Or you have to put your mouth up to his nostrils, like you know the hamster thing. You gotta fucking.
It's like a fucking nasal spray. Zeus Man Milk, Obi Won't You Blow Me, Jackson Vernon, Norwegian game dev developing Spanx the Quest, Kremlin to Gremlin. Hey Derek, who sucks the best dick out of the group? I'm gonna steal your bones. Ha.
Me.
I threw that cum before I came in the room. Many men wish sex upon me. Zoo by Denzel Fury. She blow me away until my Benjamin breaks. Imagine if those flying monkeys grabbed Chris from his seat and molested him midair. That would have been crazy. That would have been fucking jarring, yeah. If I was molested by the flying monkeys at the Wizard of Oz, at the fucking Wicked
and you're just out of reach of anybody can stop them, you're just out of reach. Like if someone you didn't sign. Stop them.
You guys signed the waiver to get into this show. Sorry, like the script it clearly states that one random member of the audience will be viciously molested by flying monkeys. It's part of the show.
That's true.
It's meant to sell how dangerous the flying monkeys are. Sorry, it's art. If you can't handle that, maybe stay home. Maybe theater isn't for you. Maybe you should just go home and, I don't know, do taxes or play Minesweeper or whatever it is you fucking nerds do for fun. We're here busy enjoying the miracle of theater, and if you can't handle it, fuck you. Wage Slate 583.
As they're still molesting you, as they're still fucking you.
Yeah.
As the flying monkeys are still fucking you, and you're
a sad guy from Michigan telling the boys it isn't gay to be gagging on Goggins because we appreciate the performance, but I'm secretly crossing my fingers for the Papini brothers. Present Master Roshi Flow. Call my dick the Turtle Hermit because it only gets bigger when shooting Kamehamehas. Donk Donkerson. Hey Kingston. Pause. No, literally. This is literally what the name is. See, installing a faulty Neuralink in Chris's head that plays Thunder on repeat. You got to pay the troll soul to get in the boys' hole. Gate 6 is afraid of Gate 7 because 7 gave 9. Gay version of gay be like gay, more like gaying on dicks. Am I right? You probably could have saved that at the end if you turned it to "Am I gay?" and committed to it. But I appreciate it nevertheless. You stand at the edge of a precipice, not a prefaces. What are you talking about? What is this? You stand at the edge of a precipice, not a prefaces, Chris? I know what a precipice is.
Bars.
And I've never used preface. A preface is not a precipice.
Precipice. I think he's saying precipice, not
What do you mean you think he's saying? I'm reading it.
Oh. I think he means
I'm reading it. I know what it's saying. No. He's saying
he means to say something different than what he's saying. I think he's wrote something down, but he means to say something different.
Maybe. I don't know.
The piss, chug it down.
I have never said the word
like
prefaces.
bliss.
That's insane. Using a turkey baster because I hate gay sex. Help, fuck. I'm the dumbest lesbian. They're coming. Lots and lots of dick and balls. I'll carpet bomb the Gaza Strip. I'll carpet bomb the Gaza Strip for a quarter. I can't do that voice right now. It's too early.
Quarter.
John Strickland.
For a quarter, he sacrifices all those little brown people.
That's fucking crazy.
I don't know, Eddie. This seems a little unnecessary.
Oh my god. It's the Holy Land, Eddie! I can't even fucking fathom what that would be. Chronic herpes by Cum 40. What goes up must come down, yet my dick's hard on the ground. See my boys getting stuffed and drowned. Yeah. Merck's 1889. She worshiped my balls. Call her sacrilegious. That sounds like that's an Eminem line to me. The first Church of Keith David presents a massive orgy, but only the dude showed up. The second Church of Keith David featuring being better than the first Church of Keith David. Oh, by all accounts, probably. If the first church is anything like they're just describing, that is very true. Pre-Roz, Blake 896. I damn near choked to death hearing Sweeney say he thought the Klansman Power Rangers characters in episode 222. That's what's written. Chris trying to read.
He's got to fix that sentence. He's got to fix that sentence, but we get it.
Yeah, I feel like he wrote that sentence before and it made sense, so I feel like he's like trying to make it worse.
I think he did.
Jeffrey Epstein was killed by the codename Kids Next Door. Alaskan oilfield trash, Texas tater salad, last name bleach, first name drink, like a failed abortion, I should have drowned in the sink. Sue Hulk, tickle my ass hairs, Nikki Ziggy, nice. Humana, Awuga, Wicket 909, sorry Miss Jackson, Badly Brave, Hugger Derek, Duck Cunt, the vegan necromancer, I got consent, Aetherian, Burgerian Puncher, Melphus One, finally rehabilitated and back in the saddle with 2 functioning hands. And as always, rounding out our list of wonderful patrons,
the king
is the king of haphazard.
Fagger.
Thank you all for your support. First of all, the merch will go live on Patreon in the very, very, very beginning of May. We're just finalizing some prices. And then it will go live for everybody in mid-May. This is going to be available. I'm probably going to resize this because I think it's in the wrong place. But this will be available if for whatever reason you want fucking Braille on a shirt. You shouldn't, but it'll be there until the 17th or the 18th or whatever day it is that it goes live for everybody. So pop on over to the Patreon to check that out. Much appreciated.
Also, guys, don't be afraid to give us some ideas because we know we know you guys want the merch. It's for you guys, so give us ideas. Don't be afraid to shoot us ideas in the comments like that. Like, hey, we'd like this kind of thing because I know there's probably like Shot Uncle Ben shit you guys want, or like pizza time or shit like that.
To piggyback on that, I'm going to pin on our I wish I knew the ad Snark Tank team. I think on Twitter. I'm assuming. Yes, I'm gonna pin because I asked a while ago. I'm gonna pin that tweet so you can add to that in the replies because we have a little bit of a well from there to look at what some of you people were saying. If you want to contribute to some of those ideas, it'll be pinned. I'll do that before I forget.
It's a collaborative effort. So anyway, thank you guys for popping in. We'll see you next time. Get the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga. When y'all niggas stop acting like bitches, bitches stop acting like niggas, we can all clock figures.
For shizzle.
When y'all bitches stop acting like niggas, niggas stop acting like bitches, we can all get riches.
When niggas stop acting like niggas.
That was a wild wheeze.